Guys, look, okay. So here to deal with this call. I have a call for you. It is my call with Cloudi. Cloudi knows that this call was going to come out. It's just my conversation with her for kind of her side. I'm not entirely sure how much to trust some of it. Part of the reason that I'm not just dumping the call is because there are points here where Cloudi lies, and it's kind of hard to catch. Hello.
Is that a little better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, yeah.
So obviously, I don't know quite where to begin, because this is...
I don't know either, because, okay, let me tell you what my experience...
On a scale of 1 to 10, how fucked are they? Okay, I'm going to be so for real for you guys, because I've had some feedback. I've had feedback that apparently people think that blaming Cloudi in some way, like, exonerates Falgi or whatever other shit. It doesn't. It makes literally no fucking difference. Cloudi and Falgi have kind of fucked up together, even if it's in different ways. It doesn't make any difference, okay? Cloudi being what I consider to be, you know, fucking crazy makes no difference to the fact that Falgi is fucked. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. You cannot blame Falgi's girlfriend for the shit Falgi has done. Falgi has had... It was 8 months that Falgi had to step in and stop some of this stuff. And he was aware of it, to be clear. He was aware of it. It makes no difference. Now, also, especially after the call, like, Diesel dropped the other night with me, him, and Falgi. I mean, yeah, it's kind of fucked. It's fucked. Falgi, as I understand it, is going to drop a response and then take a long break, and maybe come back. And we'll go from there, basically. But yeah, he's fucked, guys. I'm not really... I don't know what the defense for any of this is. I think the best you can do is just sort of turn up and be like, yeah, I did this. That's pretty much it. What else are you meant to do? What the fuck else can you do? So, yeah, that's it. I do know that more calls with Cloudi are dropping. I can tell you that. So, I kind of wanted to get this one out ahead of that.
It's been for the past 6 days.
Okay.
I work on the train, right? So, I don't get a lot of signal all the time. So, I'm just getting bits and pieces. And then everything goes to complete shit. My DMs with Rena leaked. And I'll deal with that as it comes. I'm already on my apology tour. I'm already handling some of that already. Some of the allegations, though, I don't know where they come from, and I kind of want to start there before I talk about like how things happen from my perspective, if that's okay.
Okay, well let's start with some of those then.
Okay. Okay. I said that and then I didn't have a starting point. Okay, so when it comes to chasing KJ and them out of
Welcome to Molding Rocky. Thank you.
Communities, what communities?
We're off to a great start here, guys. Well, I mean...
Which ones? I didn't never, because I can go through my logs. I never kicked any...
I want to be really clear before we just get to the point where what's about to happen. Because you guys know me, I'm very calm, I'm very controlled, I'm very chilled out. But just to be absolutely clear, Cloudi came into this call and her opening gambit was, I don't know why all this is happening. I haven't done anything, Beckett. This is so wild for me to hear. This is so insane, Beckett. I haven't done anything. I think this is a whole big misunderstanding.
Anyone from Uplock. I didn't tell any other creators what happened. The only person I can think that even reached out to me personally about it was K-Huck. And even then, when I talked to her about it, I literally just said, hey, you know, people just want to do their own things. Don't worry about it.
Cloudi, you guys engaged in a whisper campaign against KJ for months. I mean, and even by your own admission, you were bitching to one of your friends and she kicked him from the server he was in with a load of the work he had. And Ash. I mean, it's in the DMs with Rena. Let's not do this. You guys engaged in a whisper campaign for fucking months. I've got your DMs, Cloudi.
I know, but that's not okay. Okay, I can explain that. Sorry.
Okay, very quickly. I know that you guys talk to everyone. I know that when I remodded KJ, multiple people left. Multiple people had issues with it. Hasn't come from my mod team. They don't know KJ. It has come from your side. So don't do this. I don't want to hear it. I want to know what the fuck has gone on. Because if you come to me and say, oh, this is crazy, Beckett, I've got no fucking idea, I'm going to rip your fucking throat out. Do you understand me? I want to know what the fuck has been going on for multiple months. I don't want to hear, oh, I don't know, this is so confusing, it's come as a surprise. It shouldn't. Okay? Because everyone I talk to, Cloudi, has stories about the way you behave behind the scenes, and it's not fucking good. Because the way that you have acted with Rena, I have no reason to believe you haven't acted that way. I know for a fact that before that model reorganization happened, you were laying the groundwork with other people in that group to burn Ash, Q, and KJ. You didn't like them. That's been admitted. It's admitted in the call with Falgi and Diesel. They note it. They know. This was in, like, again, in September, but these conversations have been happening before then. They knew. Just silence. Just fucking silence, bro. So I want to know what the fuck has been going on. I'm so pissed off. I'm sorry. Try and be so calm and collected. Okay, so people have asked, why didn't I want to join the, like, why didn't I just drop this call? And I'm going to be so for real for you guys. Her tone after this barely fucking changed. It barely changes. Like, it's bizarre. And I also know this. While this call was happening, Cloudi was messaging someone else, being like, what do I do? What do I say? And also at the same time during this call, lied about what I was saying in it to this other person to try and start another drama. That's not a joke. They went to another person because of this call while it was going on and was like, just so you know, Beckett's in this call. And he's saying that unless I throw this person under the bus, he's gonna, like, go after me. He's, like, making me turn. This is the problem with this call, and it's like I don't know what to do with it in some regards, because I've heard her other conversations. There is a call that's coming out. She just, like, outright lies in this other call. About, like, a call I'm in that she knows I'm gonna drop, bro. It's so fucking frustrating. On.
Okay. All right. Is there? Where do you want me to start?
Okay. I want to know why you guys decided to burn KJ, Ash, and Q. I want to know why there were conversations about how, well, they're very like Tyler mods. You know, maybe they're just planning to jump ship. I want to know where this has started from.
Okay, I'll just start from the very beginning then, if that's okay.
Yeah, good.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you a bunch, and I'm gonna...
It's fine. I'm obviously pretty angry here, okay?
Yes, I understand.
I'm a little mad. Bro.
And I realize now that me starting from the middle basically doesn't make any sense with everything else that's been revealed. I get that. So that's my bad. Let me just go back farther. Okay. So back in, hold on, I need to get a date. Okay, yeah. So basically, like, back in the very beginning of 2025, things just started to get weird. I can't pinpoint what exactly. We would hang out all the time. We were always in that chat. We were always talking and stuff. And then things just started to get like this weird schism. It was like me and Falgi against everyone else, and everyone else at the time would include KJ, Ash, Makari, and Q. And I would ask several times, hey, is everything good? Is everything okay? I'd get brushed off. I'd get hung up on. I would get, I would be told one thing, like, no, it's all good. It's all good. And
I think it's just really funny as well. I was listening to her say this, and like the opening gambit is like, so we had this friend group, right, that we kind of come into, and like they were just really mean to me, Beckett. They were just like really mean. They became really distant. And I'm just sat here like, Do you not think that maybe, like, let's say this is true, and I know that this isn't entirely accurate because I've heard things about some of these VCs where Cloudi was just like a really standoffish bitch, and it seems to have not occurred to her. I don't know whether she's lying to me or not, but it seems like it's not like so she would literally leave calls when we joined from KJ. Yeah, again, I just don't really believe it. Do you see what I mean, guys? I'm like, I don't believe you, and I don't just want to drop the call so you can lie to people. But yeah, it's bizarre because, again, clearly she's close enough to people that she's included in the group. Now, one thing I've said in the Diesel call with Falgi, Seethe is the one that sent her the KF account, right? Now, the implication she gives, or has given generally, is that she thought Makari might be the leak, because how did Makari get it so quickly to take it to Diesel? Never really seeming to, like, acknowledge the fact that Seethe sent it not just to her, but to multiple people, because I've spoken to Seethe, and I've also seen those DMs where Seethe sent it to Makari. That's how Makari found out. So yeah, it's just it's all the little twists.
And then just like accidentally hear from like someone else that like, hey, things aren't good, and I would genuinely try. And I obviously I'm not recording friend calls. I'm not doing X, Y, and Z, and you know, the only proof that I have that at least one of these conversations happened was a time in April when that's when it started to get like really bad. Like I was just straight up getting ignored. I joined a call to ask, hey, you know, is everything going okay? Is everything going all right? And the three people in the call were KJ, Q, and Ash. And you know, I just feel like something weird's happening. Can I, like, everything good? Q just said everything's good, gotta go, and then him and KJ left immediately. I was able to ask Ash to wait.
Yeah, I've seen some DMs to like around this where clearly she's talking to them in DMs, like Ash, Q, and KJ, and being like, yeah, it's fine. But do you notice how when she comes into this story, it like starts with a call where things start to get weird. There's like no lead up. And there definitely has been lead up over the course of like 2024 into 2025. But this is her starting point. No. They just sort of started to not like me, Beckett. I can't for the life of me think why. Bro.
For a sec, I asked them, hey, I've just noticed a lot of weird tension. And I'm trying really hard to figure it out. And, you know, if it's mostly between the men, you know, I've encouraged Falgi to talk. I'm just saying, if it ever pops up, if you could just, you know, help me with that, like just help. Like I don't know what else to do.
Okay.
Because beginning of that year, and I'm not trying to sob story. Beginning of that year, I had mentioned before publicly that like I had to deal with the LA fires, and so I was working a lot more to make up for that. And so I just thought maybe I was just gone too much. Maybe I don't know. I expressed all that, and then they said, no, I understand, like I get you. And I was like, okay, thank you. And then after our call, I actually sent them a
Ash, I don't remember this conversation. God, I can't tell you. There are some DMs like sort of corroborating this. Let me see if I can find them. Yeah, there are definitely some DMs. Where was it? Yeah, so this is like the 5th of the 4th. That's really late. That's like post-March. That's like... Hold on. Sorry, I don't catch this in the call, but like, because she's talking about the relationship stuff, and it's like 5th of the 4th. Hey, thanks again for listening, Cloudi to Ash. Ash, I'm always up for lending an ear. I appreciate all the things you do for everyone. Cloudi with the 5th and 4th. I really appreciate you too. You're a great friend, and I'm glad you stuck around. And this is like past, like after the Makari, well, just leading up, I guess, to the Makari stuff. 31st of the 1st. That's interesting. Yeah, she has some conversations with Q as well. Interesting. Okay.
DM saying, "Hey, thanks. Hold on. I will be honest. I haven't had time to get all the DMs and stuff. So if
Sure.
it takes me a minute to find something, I do apologize."
Yeah, these are the
So
DMs she sends.
literally right
sends me
after,
here.
I DM them this. I just a thank you. Thanks for listening. Thanks, all that stuff. That this is the only proof I have that this was something that was going on.
So yeah, it's this. But this is in April. This is like so okay. Just for timelining wise, right? Because it's really important that the KF leaks are happening around this time. Her aggression with Makari is happening around this time, and we can see this in her DMs with Rena, where she's like clearly getting pissed off at the group. She's clearly pissed off at Makari. So, like, this tension isn't a mystery to her, right? It can't be. Because otherwise, why would she be worrying about the tension with Makari? And specifically, when she's worried about the, like, tension of with Makari, she's, like, talking to, like, Q, KJ, and Ash, trying to make sure that is, like, the strongest bridge it can be.
And again, there's just a couple other weird things, like, especially
when did this call happen, Aiko? Probably, like, I don't know, Saturday, maybe? Friday? Last Friday.
When it came to Falgi, it would just be stuff like Q had a separate private server, which is fine. But one day he had, this is all glub shit, stupid shit, but like he had he had forwarded something from the research server to his server and was like, oh, Falgi, it was something Falgi said. And he said, oh, Falgi can be kind of funny sometimes. But it was in a server he wasn't in, and so I just went to Q's DMs and I was just like, hey, what did you mean by that? And he was just like, oh, you know, I just thought it was funny and stuff. And I was just like, okay, well, I was just asking because, again, there's all this weird tension. There's all this, like, weird not fighting, but kind of.
God, isn't this the other way around? Hold on. The DMs with Ash she sent me first are later, by the way. They're the 4th or the 5th. Sorry, the 5th or the 4th. But this conversation with oh, I'll just show you. Fuck it. This is April the 5th. So the first conversation she references with Ash is like the 4th or the 5th. Then she flips over to Q, which is these DMs here, to the 31st of the 3rd. Like, your DMs aren't even in order for the story you're fucking telling me. Why?
And a butting head stuff going on. And, you know, I was just like, hey, you know, I was just asking. I didn't think it was anything too bad, but like, I would expect the same thing if I like did that like to your wife or something.
Hold on. Also, she seems to, I think she also sent these to me, KJ, where like, she then has another conversation with KJ. Interestingly, these DM leaks, I believe, are like a day after she gets told about the Kiwifarms leak. Because Saint sent that to her at the beginning of April. I need to go and check my timelining here. Give me 2 seconds. Because I've got that DM here. Yeah, no, it's... Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so she gets sent the KF leak stuff on the 6th of April. Oh, wait, no, is this July? This is fucking July. So she was just running around having, like, thanks for listening conversations, trying to, like, consolidate the position. Your work is always good. I think the only other thing I would say is that we can't always have you be the front guy in every chat, because it makes your researcher job harder. I hope you don't take that as a dig. Interesting. Hold on, let me read some super chats quickly, and things. Trans Night with 5, when a mummy snake and a daddy snake meet each other and fall in love, they blackball their friends' editors together. So true. I nut with the 5. Solution for the channel would be for Falgi to rebrand the channel, since the ops were all sent to the gulag before it became the Falgi Cloudi channel. Get to bury member for 20 months at coping. Beckett targeting and harassing a woman. Again? Grey Knight with the 5. Angry Beckett time. Christopher with the 5. Wow, Becky. Beckett actually man and a cool. Never thought I'd see the day. Kind of proud, Crabman. Thank you very much. It's a rarity. Matty, member for 10 months. Cloudi.exe has stopped working. Miss Bug with a 2. Angry Crab Rave. Transnight with a 3. Crabman from the top rope with a steel chair. Sapient Pearwood with a 5. She's trying to figure out how to twist her light to keep going. She's DMing somebody else, like panicking during this, by the way. Raccoon, member for 15 months. Forget that the Lio Batman voice. Beckett Batman is what we need now. 07 salute your father Beckett. Thank you very much. B for Mats with 2. Popcorn supplied by the Corn Lord. Come and get it. Thank you very much. NRC with a 5. If you covered more Steve Shives and Stuffy retrospectives and left with all this other stuff, things like this wouldn't keep happening. Steve Shives and Stuffy win. Also true. Hydro Dancer with the 2. I'm not wrong. Reality is kind of ass mentality. Gets Berry with the 2. Sounds like Jar. Metal Man with the 2. Beckett don't fuck up. Truth Tusky, welcome to Molding. Much appreciated. M Hopkins with a 5. Wondering how being weird is justification for burning 3 people. Good fucking question. Slug Enters with a 2. Angry Beckett Productions. Much appreciated, buddy.
Like, yeah, I know. And I do have those somewhere if you just give me a second.
Yeah, that's fine. This is so hard and esoteric as well. Probably DMing her failure of a PR guy, not gonna lie. Thanks, Potato, with a 2.
Sorry, I saved all this stuff.
No,
and
it's
all
fine.
in one big pile. Yeah.
I want to know everything, so it takes you a minute to find stuff.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. Oh no.
5 equals May. There we go.
That's why I'm going
Yeah.
through even details, even bits of DMs. I've tried to
It's been a very long week. Okay.
collect as much as I can while I was at work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me know if you got those. I sent that through my phone app.
Yeah. Okay. So this is like 31st or 3rd. Okay. So basically, you guys started to have issues around March, April time.
Yeah.
Okay.
They kind of started in the very beginning of the year, but it just, at least it kept getting more and more noticeable. And around this time, it was just really bad. And I was trying. Really?
Again, like the issues that she's mentioning very specifically are KQ, KJQ, and Ash. And it's kind of like the context of Makari, the stuff that happened around Liv. This context that kind of happened, apparently there's something that happened with Jew as well. It is all absent. Now, I know I'm trying to focus in here, but if you're going to go back this far, it feels like you're missing that context. Also, guys, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for hitting the goal. Much appreciated. Please enjoy these stickers. Much appreciated. Great night with the 5. So how does this lead to them trying to seize a collaborative channel and Discord server? Yeah, I mean, it very much feels like what they did was get pissed off at everyone, get worried about it, and then decided to burn like the entire group. Kairos with 2. Didn't you leave Twitch poll to get away from this bullshit? Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Really hard to solve it. It just didn't work. And so I had to so after a while, and again, little stuff like this, again, I'm getting brushed off a lot. If I'm not being brushed off, then I'm getting all these little jabs. And again, these are all in VC. A lot of this stuff that's happened and the things I'm going to say, I'm going to be honest, they're in VCs. And so I'm going to be honest, I was just getting like kind of needled and I was just trying. And
can't say for G, she was in K-Huck's stream and wasn't fired or anything, and she said they were good to her. Yeah, it's really weird. I'm trying to pin Jew in all this, because, like, not in a bad way, but it just seems weird that she kind of just separated. And, like, she was part of the group. Like, there were other people in this crowd who've all dispersed, by the way. Like, it's not just KJQ and Ash and Makari that kind of like separated off. It was everyone, which is like, it suggests kind of like I don't know, it's indicative like the friendship group actually collapsed, just being like, why'd you leave, bro?
I'm not trying to excuse my behavior, because I know I know how again, I know how I talk when I start popping off. I know how I get when I'm mad. I just but it doesn't just happen. I can, I can say that. And so one night in particular, hold on, let me see if we can get the date for it. One night in particular in April, was when the Makari thing happened, and I don't know if that was ever explained to you.
I've heard like several explanations of this, but so G Snail's house left because of their, I think it's G Snail's house, but left of their own accord, I'm being told. But yeah, again, this is the problem. So much of this is just fucking bizarre. Rather than just give. So yes, I'd like vaguely to do with stuff. I don't care about the KF account side because it is.
No, I can say that. I can say right now. I mean, it's in the arena DMs. I had her and a completely non-internet person poke at it, and there's just no proof.
Yeah. So.
And I say that whenever because I've only told that story to a very small amount of people. I said there is no proof.
So explain to me.
There's no connections.
Yeah, without throwing through. So again, I just want to re-listen to this because this does matter.
No, I can say that. I can say right now. I mean, it's in the arena DMs. I had her and a completely non-internet person poke at it, and there's just no proof.
Yeah. So.
And I say that whenever because I've only told that story to a very small amount of people. I said there is no proof.
So explain. So here's the thing with the KF story. An important part is that Cloudi and Falgi did accuse Makari of this. Like, and to be clear, I showed this on Dicker's stream the other day. Not only did they accuse Makari of this, they very specifically, like, Cloudi was the first person to announce that she believed it was, like, the KF leak is most likely Makari's friend Gorski. With what was found, I think things were posted to her private server, and Gorski put it on KF as a fun little tee-hee. However, it doesn't explain how she knew about the KF thread before any of the rest of us, and it doesn't negate that she lied and accused me of leaking it myself. Importantly, Cloudi apparently would have known that Saint sent the account to, like, Makari as well, answering that question. And secondly, the evidence gathered for this of why Makari was burnt, very specifically, was apparently Cloudi had been shown it in person. Now, this story has changed. Saint said this to me in my call with him when he was like, oh no, shit is lining up. He didn't even know Makari and Cloudi weren't on good terms. Cloudi, I was thinking about the Makari thing. Q and KJ were the ones that told me that the jar stuff was forwarded to Makari's server, where Gorski must have posted it. I wasn't there, so I couldn't see it, and I took KJ's word. Saint of Salt. I thought you got a live stream of it. I'm fairly sure it is in there, because I told Makari I was sure it was in there, and she gave them a layup. Cloudi, no, I didn't, and I shouldn't, and I should have. So, again, pretty simply, like, this is fresh in his mind. He has been obsessing over this, and he's like, well, okay, it's not there. And Cloudi sort of, like, is panicking at this point of, oh, fuck, Saint's gone looking for it, and it's not there. No, they told me, right? The original story is that she was in a group call with them where they streamed it to her. And, I mean, Q apparently was the one who screen shared Makari's server to Cloudi and Killjoy, and they found the posts that were posted to KF. Yeah. I just, this is sus as fuck. I'm sorry. So even then, like, this story changed fairly early on once Makari was gone, and once KJ, Q and Ash needed to be burned.
There's no connections.
Yeah, without throwing through the like KF stuff, give me your experience with Makari and why this sort of degraded. Because
so you've probably seen this already then? Sorry, go on.
Yeah, because it seems to have degraded your relationship with the Diesel's general crowd, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
so I'm just gonna post it.
Mm-hmm.
You've probably seen it already, but 2 days before this was, she posted this. She was just kind of swinging on us, and Falgi reached out to her like, hey, if there's something wrong, like, can we talk about it? And she's just like, no, I don't worry about it, da da da. And then 2 days later, it's this big old long thing.
So What Cloudi is referring to here is this. Holy shit, bro. Makari. Fucking hell. This is so long, Makari. Falgi, like, she was open in Op Talk about the way, like, things have been. I mean, she's not mean here particularly. She's just looking for clarification. I want to put this publicly for posterity and for anyone else to see and use as a jumping off point. This is, again, 2 days before the KF leaks become, like, a massive part of the story, I believe. Firstly, I wanted to say that my time in Op... Wait, is it? Am I just going fucking crazy? No, this is a day before Cloudi burns Makari publicly, by the way. So... I mean, again, timing-wise, it's a little bit fucking suspicious, isn't it? It's a... and... Oh, that's interesting. Let's go. Okay, hold on. We'll have a look at that in a minute. I take it I can show that. You're sending it to me. Fuck it, whatever. Oh, fuck. My life is dead. That's screwed. There we go. Okay. So, we'll timeline this out a bit. I want this publicly for posterity and for anyone else to see and using a jumping off point for DMs or public discussion. Firstly, I want to say that my time in Opblock has been a lot of fun, and I like working with you, or Falgi in particular. I think you're a good friend and a good person. That's why I'm even taking the time to try and say all this. I'm also really happy for the channel's success, and I wish it more in the future. For anyone who sets out on their own endeavors too, my complaints come from two things, with a few sub-issues though. Mainly, I feel like it all comes down to this. Do we work with you or for you? For example, the thing with Yorsh and the comments about us keeping information from you / using someone for work without consulting you. Or you dismiss subjects that don't interest you only to come back to it and take over. ACC, Brian Mullins, etc. Or any contribution other than being on stream, reacting to something with you / around you. You claimed, it was a group channel, but anytime there's a decision, it becomes solely your decision. Also, the comments about orbiters and you owing us and us owing you for our success is the same as the other stuff, which is fucking. I don't know if this is true, but that's a fucking crazy thing to say. I mean, if Diesel or I call like Falgi an orbiter, or like we're responsible, like, or we have like an element, like reason for your success. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? But like Falgi being like, well, you're only successful because the op block is successful. I'm like, bro, you can't look. There's not that many tiers for an audience bracket this size for you to be like, yeah. So you're like listen, you're successful because of us, but you know, just be aware of your like grandparent who we're orbiting or whatever. It's just fucking weird, bro. And it does sound like there was this pressure, which, you know, was leading up to things like the mod call. Okay, I know you say it's a joke, and you probably mean it as one, but that's not always how it feels or looks to us. It feels belittling, and like you see everyone beneath you. And who can we bring this up to? Sometimes it seems like you only listen to and respect creators bigger than you and Cloudi. If we work for you, we need some kind of intermediary and to know that's what's expected of us. If we work with you, then we need someone more control. We need some more control over contributions. Even if no one is stepping up to it, we should know what you expect of us plainly, which is fascinating. It's like, it's literally, are we your friends, co-workers, or employees? Like, which is it? Falgi called Do an orbiter during a stream, and she told him off in a call. Lamau. I don't think I've ever really like publicly said Falgi's an orbiter outside of this drama, and maybe when I'm a little bit annoyed at him recently. I've always tried, at least publicly, to treat Falgi as kind of like an equal. Maybe I haven't always been good at that. But I've made an effort to make it look like Falgi is, you know, a content creator in his own right, I guess. The same way I do with everybody who I interact with. But yeah, there's obviously an element of, I know where his audience comes from. It's me and Diesel. You know? Let's just be fucking realistic. And that's okay, that's fine. That's alright. People's audiences grow out of each other. It's fine. Secondly, where is the channel heading? Is this going to be for money or and fame, or for fun and as a hobby? I can work with either, but if we're here for the fun, why do we care what subject gets the views? If we're here for attention, then we need to focus more on getting to subjects as they're coming out and not just covering sex crimes and whatever interests you this week. But it's disheartening to come to you with a subject and feel dismissed when we have no idea what it is we're meant to be looking for. Some of the topics might not be for everyone's liking, and I might personally have some that I don't agree with how we approach them. But if we have a baseline idea, then it would stop the issues of us feeling overlooked. Just to summarize, I think the issues come from miscommunication and not having an outlet. Are we all friends on a channel, or are we co-workers, or are we subordinates? Can we approach these issues without harming the friendship? Because that's what I care about way more than being part of the channel. Which seems pretty fucking reasonable, really. Let's be honest. And so the next day, Cloudi posts this being like, so Makari's the KF leak. I'm most like, which I think is interesting as well. And it doesn't negate that she lied and accused me of leaking it myself. Whoever stays friends with her isn't my business, but she's out of this part of the server and she's no longer part of Opblock. This space has been tightened up and there is no leak in the server. Thank you guys. This is before Falgi said anything about it. And then also dude, this is like the morning of this day. So you got the link already, right? Before I EP. Look, so I looked at this politic account and noticed that includes the St. Petersburg Economic Uni. They are tied to Makari. It might be Gorski because they are tight from what I remember. I see, but that still means she's sharing stuff and then still had the fucking gall to blame me and Falgi. Like, it's esoteric and shit. That's the uni in Russia in the account. So, dude, the timing of this shit. She flips constantly to like, yeah, that's enough evidence. Fuck you, bro. Absolutely fucking wild.
And the sort of, I don't know if you want to read through it now or whatever, but basically just it's the summary of it is just complaints about how Falgi was running stuff and that he wasn't listening to people. And at least for us, it was in the middle of the night. Sorry, I'm just making sure I didn't skip anything important in it. Okay. For us, it was in the middle of the night, and I felt like, hey, this is kind of a bit of an ambush when he just tried to ask you privately, you know, if something was wrong.
Will, being a tourist in this drama is really dumb. Yeah, I mean, it is very much sort of like figure out what the hell has gone on, like basically in the background of the community. I don't disagree.
And I said we need to wait for more people to wake up and we can have a call. So this gets posted. There is a back and forth. I can grab that for you if you need it. I don't have access to that stuff anymore. But I can ask Falgi if he's from his nap. And grab bits of it. Mm-hmm. But the next morning, excuse me, Dew has some issues, and she was able to talk those out with Falgi, and it was basically just like, oh, I don't want to be little broed or whatever, and it's just like, okay, so that was kind of solved between them. And then this is what I remember, because I don't know if this call is recorded. I did not record it. I don't. Most of this stuff.
So yeah, that call does exist. I believe it is coming out. I don't know though. But yes, the Makari call itself, where Makari is like fired and let go, does exist.
For me, happened on my phone because I didn't have a computer for a long time. And she mentions pay, and you'll have to get more of the details from Falgi because I know he kept all his receipts, and he had just said that, if we already negotiated this price. If you wanted this much instead, we could always talk about it. We can talk about it more after we get everything else sorted. The call itself was like an hour, and I can't remember everything that was talked about in it. But that was sort of soothed over with like one half of our group, and I knew everyone else was going to wake up later in the day. So when it
This is to do with some of the payment stuff. I think the main criticism with some of the payment structuring is essentially, this is like, if I can put it similarly, it's like a group channel, right? Like, that's the idea. This is all like a group channel that has slowly become Falgi and Cloudi's channel and become more successful over time. And there's been like very little discussion about pay or like what the split is. Like on NR, it was a very simple split of like what's coming in, how it's paid out. It became, it wasn't difficult. But in this case, yeah, it was a little bit more messy. And I think the accusation really, if there even, is one majorly, is that it was messy in the way people were like structured in, as opposed to people just not being paid at all. There is like conversations about like Len or Lean, I don't know how to pronounce her name, I suck, not being paid for art. I think that also comes down to sort of like the lack of communication and perhaps assumption. I've said before, I've said this on stream, and I've been pretty open. Like people like Axe, who I commission for my thumbnails, there is like a pretty solid like understanding of I'm paying you this much. Usually when it's like bulk amounts, it comes out like I want to give pricing, but like we're very clear and transparent. And whenever I commission something, generally it's paid for. The only exceptions are things of like, if there's like a drama going on and I know an artist's into it and I'm like, I need something really quickly and things are a bit tight this month. And if you want to make something that would be fun for this meme, then I can't pay you for it, but it'll be funny if you're down. And it's like very low pressure stuff. Other stuff is just like, yeah, it's structured understanding. This is kind of how it should work. I don't know. It's very difficult with these things. I know that Falgi has given somebody a refund as well over something else that happened. I think that was, I don't know whether that's public or not, but Falgi has given out refunds where it was needed for some things that were like paid for that haven't been delivered. So it's not like he's making no fucking effort, to be clear.
It comes to the Kiwifarms stuff. I had known about it for maybe I think a week at this time. I can't remember. I'd have to sorry, I should have grabbed that.
Yeah, rough timeline is fine. If it needs correcting later, and it's like, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna estimate right now at least 10 days. I knew about it for 10 days, but I didn't tell anybody because I was like, fuck, like who and what else is there? And like, and that was part of my like me going crazy. I'm just like, oh my God, like my friend's stuff is in here. Ash's stuff is in here. What's going on? Like, and we go from there. The reason why I bring that up now is because Diesel and I talk about it, and he mentions to me that, oh, hey, Makari brought this up to me even before you did. But she mentioned that it probably is you or Falgi. And that sucked. But I was like, okay, well, it's not. It doesn't really solve the problem. Maybe then it's her, right? Like if she's gonna try to pin it on one of us. But again, I have no proof.
But again, that's not what you fucking put out. It's like, you had it before the rest of us. You went to Diesel first. They're fucking downplaying her.
And I told him that too. I got no proof. I have no idea. Nothing important was leaked, but the fact that there was a leak at all, it does, again, with Ash's, because all the drama stuff, it's drama. It was just a fucking like jar recording or something. But I was more worried about the court stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so that same day, him and I were kind of going back and forth about it.
Yeah, and then she wanted me to bring it up so she could react like I had just held that card in secret, lol. Yeah, so here's the thing. I know I have heard another call with Cloudi where she just fucking lies. I don't know how else to put it. She just fucking lies. She's basically implying that, like, Diesel was doing this off his own volition. And to be clear, Diesel doesn't really seem to care much about this drama. He's kind of been dragged into it. It's Cloudi who's feeding him this information. If she's not sure that it's Makari, why is Cloudi sat there burning her at the first opportunity, again, a day after Makari has posted this? Like, it is so obvious that Cloudi looked at that message and was like, well, time to fucking kill this woman. I don't... Dude!
We all do a stream. And Diesel had said, like, oh, now that everyone's here, we're going to go all talk. And I remember a couple people just being like kind of excited because it was clear that people thought that Diesel was just going to automatically rip into Falgi. And it's just kind of, I was kind of just like sitting there like waiting for.
It's interesting as well. Like, a couple of people were excited that Falgi was going to get fucked. Does this not sound like there's quite a lot of tension? Yeah, so listen, we were actually really popular and good with the group, but you know, they really hated us, Beckett. They actually wanted us dead.
Impact, basically, but we're on this call, and he starts to go through some of Makari's points. The main one I remember was just the one about him listening to like other creators, because you know you guys are in the space more, so we're gonna listen to you guys more. And
wow, what a fucking crazy notion.
And you know, after all that was pretty soothed out. And then I can't remember who brings it up first. I think it was Diesel. He brings up the Kiwifarms leak. Everyone's quiet, and he talks about like, hey, it's not so much about what was leaked, but that, again, what I kind of said is that there was one at all. And you know, I don't want to hang out with people who talk the same way that this Kiwifarms account does. And Makari speaks up, and that's when Diesel just sort of says, hey, you're the one that came to me and blamed it on Cloudi, or maybe Falgi, but you already said that.
Notice the framing here? Because, like, Cloudi hasn't watched anything. I don't think Cloudi realizes that I've spoken to Diesel. And it's like, she admits that she's been talking to Diesel. And it's like, yeah, then Diesel brings up the fact that Makari tried to burn us, you know, like, of his own volition, completely randomly.
To me. I got emotional, and I'm not too big to admit that. And I said, hey, if you thought it was me, you know, why not say something? And she was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell the streamer's girlfriend that like you know, they're the Kiwifarms account person. And I was like dude, like, you know, again, I know that probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but it was just a very emotional like thing that happened in this call.
It was really emotional. I wasn't playing it up because I'm a sociopath, Becca. I don't know why anyone would assume that. Bro.
And so I was just like, okay, I don't know who it is. I'm gonna do my best to find out. But like I can't, if this is how you feel, and we've been kind of just like not mixing for a while, like we've been butting heads, you're fighting us all the time. Like I can't do this with you anymore. And Falgi stepped in and was just like, yeah, if you distrust us this much, you don't have to work on the op block stuff anymore.
You go, okay. Again, interesting framing. If you don't trust us, you don't have to be here, Makari.
He says, okay. Makari, oh, sorry, Don.
So just quickly, just to intercede here. Like, because you guys seem to have butted heads with a lot of people over time, and you can appreciate that, at least from an outside perspective. Again, I need to hear all this stuff. You guys kind of come into this space, you join Op Block, and you join Diesel's news team, and over time, under sort of Falgi's leadership, I guess, with you by his side, the original group completely is disbanded and generally like pushed out, not just of the Op Block itself, but the overall space, and leaving just you guys. And while you're saying, well, you know, people needled at me, I mean, it's difficult to believe that there's no instigating factor from either your founder's side that has led to, I don't know, multiple different instances of breakdowns in these groups. Does that make sense?
No, I can see that. I understand that.
I mean, from your perspective, just reflecting, do you think there are actions you've taken that have caused this? Because again, it's kind of hard to believe that there's nothing. It just keeps happening to you, Cloudi.
No, I'm incredibly hard-headed, and I can be really pushy, and I can be, I don't know what the word is.
A bitch? I don't know.
When I'm trying to find something out, I tend to. This sounds so chopped. I try to keep my voice really flat, which can come off as me being like super pissy or super pissed. But I would just straight up ask questions and then be told an answer, and then find out later that it was what I was told wasn't true, and it would just keep happening. And so I would just get mad. I'll be honest, I'll just get mad. With this in particular, what I had found out the next day, if I may continue.
Yeah.
Again, we have the call and all that stuff, and so Makari is out for the Kiwifarms thing, and so I'm talking to the other guys, and I'm just like, hey, that kind of doesn't really solve the rest of the interpersonal issues we've been having, but I need a night. I need time to calm down and all this stuff. Everyone's totally chill with that. Everything's calm and cool. And then the next morning, I'm like, okay. Makari had 2 servers. I know she has like a friends one and then one for like game stuff or something. Sorry, some of this stuff is pretty fuzzy, so I do apologize for that.
I don't expect perfect recall from you. Just align it.
And so, but I knew Q was in both of them, and so I waited till at least him and KJ were up, because KJ offered to help me out, and I did say thank you and all that stuff. And when I was given the Kiwifarms screenshots, I was just like, okay, like let's just figure this out.
Bearing in mind, like, this is meant to be post-burning. Yeah, okay, so Makari's been burnt. Let's see if we can get some evidence now. And to be clear, she'd already told people, because she told Saint that she'd already seen the evidence. I don't... Dude. It is incredibly fucking bizarre to hear her break all this down on essentially assumptions and supposition, and then realize how fucked she is down the road. Guys, thank you so much for hitting the goal, though. We will take 2 seconds so I can read super chats. Thank you. Much appreciated. Please remember, it is much appreciated. It makes all the difference in the world. Well, yeah, all the difference in the world. Fuck it. Fills my life with joy. Give me 2 seconds. Where were we?
So we spent some time on it. What they both found was, or at least what they told me, was that it must have been Makari's friend Gorski. And I was just like, hey, do you guys like see like a link that was forwarded? Do you guys see like the voice clip or something? Because the account itself, it didn't speak right.
One thing I'd be really interested in is what was the digging like, because I know Saint was digging on the KF count at the same time. So what did that side look like? Because you can't just stop talking to her. Can Cabal payments still come in? Keem made the call to take out the op block. It's true. It is true. He was like, who the fuck is this gay Italian? Like, need to get him off the internet, guys.
Russian, it just had like a Russian meme.
Either that, or he's just farming another lolcow character. He's like, listen, Falgi can come. That's the conversation in the Tea Party chat at the moment. Falgi's allowed to come back as long as he joins lolcow live.
Meme for its banner. And then and Gorski's Russian, so we're just like, okay, it could be him, and it's just a shit post. Again, it wasn't super serious, thankfully. So Q has had moderator or something in both servers, and so I asked him to look, And then he tells me that, oh yeah, it is here. It's got to be Gorski because he has the link or he has the voice note. And um my mistake is I didn't ask for a screenshot. I didn't ask to see. I didn't ask for anything.
That's interesting. Hold on a second. So just go through. I can see it. God, dude. Yeah, I mean, Saint is convinced this narrative has changed. He said the same thing to me.
I didn't ask for anything, and I do regret that because I should have, but I just kind of wanted it to be over. But he said Q says that he found it that it's through Gorski. I say okay, and I make a
Like post burning. I didn't realize this. I didn't twig it during the call because again, she just sort of like rambles on. But is that not fucking wild? She gets Diesel into a call, burns Makari, and then finds and then posts the post on the forum saying oh, Makari's the leak, it's through Gorski. It's like she post hoc rationalizes why Makari is the leak, which is fucking wild.
So I am the one that sort of shot that shot, and I feel really bad about it now because I didn't find out till way later that there was no possible way it could have been him, and that but I'll get.
I will say this, I totally maintain, I agree with the conversation I had with Dickers. The leak itself can really only be Rena or Cloudi. Like, that's kind of it. That's like the only options. Dude. If Cloudi turns out to be the leak, I will lose my fucking mind. If we're dealing with multiple months of stuff where Cloudi is the fucking leak, I'll lose my shit. I really will. Dude, I don't know what I'll do.
To that in a bit. But yeah, so that happens, and I do talk to all because now Ash is up because I was up super early doing this, and now Ash is up. So
You must
I was just
destroy
like, hey,
Dickers.
again, like I said last night, this doesn't really solve the interpersonal stuff. Can I please, can we all talk? And they're like, yeah. And so we all start chatting, and I'm just like, hey, I just
Q with the comment, she is absolutely lying here. Thank you, Q. This is what I mean. This is kind of why I don't just want to drop this, because I know that other people know this situation better because they were there. And it's very hard to have a public dissection of it because it's all shit is in the background. No offense, guys, but you know what I mean?
I understand some of the stuff with Falgi. Like it is frustrating, the last minute streams and X, Y, and Z. But that doesn't really explain you guys have been brushing me off, or you guys leave call when I show up. If I'm doing something or I don't what's up? Q goes first, and he kind of just says, well, it just feels like you don't want me around. And I was like, what did I do for that? And he straight up tells me that that when I talk to him about doing stuff for his channel, or asking him about when he's going to stream next or what he's going to stream next about.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm getting through some stuff. Future, do you want to call in? Future, do you want to call in? I know you're watching. Just phone me. Because this is... Dude. I know people have been digging on this, and I'm going through I'm looking at a fucking group chat. Let's talk about it. Fuck it. Let's talk about it. Because I've just seen what's been posted in the group chat, and I need I need to know that's what I'm looking at. Sorry guys. Future, I'm sorry. Hey buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing lovely.
So, okay. You are so you explain your theory, buddy.
Okay, so um, first of all, do you want me to talk about stuff from last night or no? I'm
No,
just curious.
no. I just want you to
Okay.
explain what's going on with what you have been looking at with this KF account today. I'm going to go through some of the evidence.
Okay.
Okay. And to make this easy, you'll have to post
Okay.
it in this chat with me, rather
Okay.
than me going
Yeah,
through
yeah.
the group.
If you want to, I don't know if you want to just read donos, so I can just like forward everything to you. 1 second.
Okay. We'll do.
Mm, mm.
Do donuts. We'll make it easy. Okay. Right. Where were we?
Okay. So I'll forward that. It's just gonna take me a while to just send you everything because we have to go from the start to the end, and it is fucking insane.
Like, let's make this simple because we can break some of this stuff down later. Break down to me why you believe Cloudi is the KF leaker.
Okay, so just going straight to the point, Beckett. Woo. So I had some DMs with Rena, and I sent you a video of our logs from that. Just kind of like going from top to bottom. I was a little bit charged with Rena, kind of like airing out my frustrations.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a hunch regarding this for a while that I think it's Cloudi. Regarding the leak, it happened on the 26th, if I'm remembering correctly.
29th.
So
29th.
29th. Okay. So the leak happens on the 29th. And if you look at the Kiwifarms thread, like we know there was a call from inside the house regarding that one of the edits was done by Ash, and like specific screenshots were only sent within that group chat. So we know that the call came in from inside the house. It had to be someone within the group.
Mm-hmm.
So it was either, it could have been anybody at the time. So it could have been Makari, could have been anybody, but Makari has been exonerated. Anybody that was accused has been exonerated and proven to be wrong. So then it moved to KJ, and the evidence behind KJ was regarding the conversation with it would have there. So it would be like things about specific to KJ. I'm not going to mention it because there's PII. That's where like a lot of people were starting to point the finger at KJ. Regarding KJ's behavior and the way that I've talked to KJ, I've had plenty of DMs with KJ. He does not type or interact in the way that Kiwifarms thread works. So it's not KJ. 100% it's not KJ. Doesn't talk like KJ. Doesn't like use the comma pronunciation.
Sure.
Right. Now moving on to the next two suspects. So a lot of people pointed towards the DMs between a gap of about 8 days surrounding the time of the leak.
So I'm gonna speed you. I'm gonna speed you because this is like a lot. I like what specifically makes you think it's Cloudi, and I want to preface this. It's incredibly hard to prove these things, but I just want to hear like that evidence of why you think it's that why you think this is the case.
The reason why is because the leak happens on the 29th, and people point to Rena because she was traveling to the East Coast and was in New York.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that it cannot be Rena. Rena was there on the 31st, so it was after the leak even happened. So it was far after the leak. So it cannot be Rena because the screenshots are based off the East Coast time, not regarding where she lives, because she lives in the West Coast. So it has to be somebody who moved to the East Coast. And one of the things that I sent you, I believe I sent it to you, is showing that Cloudi happened to be visiting Falgi between the 17th and the 23rd. So Cloudi was in the East Coast during the time that like a lot of this information within the group chats and the research server was being shared. The other problem is that there are specific screenshots that are in that Kiwifarms thread that was sent to her by Saint and were not shared within the group chat. There's no way that Rena could have ever gotten that. It's not in the logs that she ever got it. It's impossible for it to be Rena because Rena was not in the East Coast. So at some point between the 17th and the 23rd, and everything matches up. Hold on, just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Somebody walked in and like explained this is super autistic. So I'm gonna sound crazy when explaining it. So the thing is that at some point, Cloudi was in the East Coast with Falgi, took the screenshots while she was with her at Falgi, moved back to the East or the West Coast, made a Kiwifarms account within that time zone or like time period, sorry, and started posting it.
So wait, so specifically to explain this, the accusation to do with the screenshots that were taken is essentially they have an East Coast time code on them.
Well, that's the thing is though, is that like that is the main key point is that the time zone part, right? So a lot of people are pointing to Rena. It cannot be Rena because Rena was not in the East Coast until the 31st.
Okay. Okay.
But Cloudi was there between the 17th and the 23rd.
Right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So I just got sent a correction by Killjoy. A correction real quick. Cloudi sent saying something that ended up in a thread. So that's the part that's kind of like the kill shot here. Is that there's something that again, a correction real quick saying sent something that ended up in the thread. Yeah, so it was only sent to Cloudi. So it cannot come from anybody else. And nothing in the DMs were shared in the group chat. It was only with Cloudi.
Okay. Okay.
There you go.
Can I show that DM? Hold on.
Yep, go ahead.
So this is what Saint sent. So, 1 sec, I have something for you. This one sent to me on the 3rd of the 2nd, 2025 by Cloudi, which it isn't the one you can see in the friend server and in the leaks, but if you trim it better. So apparently this is like literally sent from Cloudi to Saint as the only like, so that's the reference point. So it's originally taken by Cloudi and sent over.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I mean, it's pretty damning. This is like the most autistic part of this fucking drama, but I am interested. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
Right. Like the thing is, like there's no way it can't be Cloudi. There's specific information that only Cloudi has. It was never shared.
Right. Okay. And this is the specific information.
Correct.
Right, okay. Okay, because the screens were taken by mobile and the time shifts with your location. Interesting.
Yeah. And the thing is that regarding the screenshots, I think I sent you the proof that Rena was only in the East Coast in New York seeing a concert on the 31st. So both Rena and Cloudi have iPhones. So the screenshots were only with iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
And to my knowledge, I think Ash and Makari have Android. So it can't be them. Can't be literally anybody else. The only positions are that it's Rena. Rena was not in the East Coast until the 31st. So therefore, it only leaves one person.
Okay, hold on. I'm just looking at something else very quickly here.
Yep.
So, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to match things up. And yeah, these screenshots don't appear in the friend server. Right, okay.
Right.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, cool. Right, I think that's pretty damning. I think this needs laying out. I kind of wanted to do this just because I've heard about it and I'm interested, but this needs laying out clearly somewhere. Much clearer than this. As I say, it is incredibly hard to pin anything on anyone, but that's pretty fucking damning. I'll be honest. That you're pretty fucked.
Yeah, like I mean, like every like single piece of like again, like there's not like an actual like, oh, I did this, right? Like there's not like it's not like that, right? But like circumstantial evidence, like I mean, like dude, I don't know like how much like this is like if you went to like a murder scene, right?
Mhm.
And so you went to the murder scene. You're seeing there's like a bloody mess, and then there's a knife on the ground, and then you look at Cloudi, and like she's covered in blood, and it's like, I wonder who did this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's pretty fucking okay, that's pretty bad. That's pretty
Yeah.
bad. Okay, that's fine then. I think listen, again, yeah, I mean, considering this is all kicked off and Makari appears to have been right in the first place that it was Cloudy, that's dude.
It's insane.
I hate
This
this
is like
fucking
a
drama. You know, we're at the anniversary. Someone pointed out this drama literally started on the 6th of April last year, and we're at the anniversary picking it apart. I hate this space. I hate it.
I think it's awesome. I think that was awesome to do this, to out this out on the okay, so Marina also said that because Marina just DM'd me. So they do live in Vermont, so they are Eastern time, but hers is set to gray. It's always been set to gray, and that's not like her screenshots.
Oh wait, hold on. What?
Just to have a correction.
Hold on. Where is
So
it?
like,
Hold on a second.
so like every single screenshot, Marina does not have the gray color. So those screenshots are always like in black and blue or whatever, if I remember right.
But Cloudy's aren't. They're in blue.
Correct.
So literally, the screenshots were taken in the same color scaling that Cloudy uses anyway.
Right.
See something? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's more damning evidence, right? Like it just keeps going.
Yeah, this is I mean, it's kind of blue and black. Could be a change, but it's pretty close. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll let you go. Fuck. Okay,
No
cool.
worries.
Thank you,
Have fun.
Nightmare. Appreciate it. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I'd like a confession or a rebuttal of like why this can't be the case. Because there are other things with this KF thread that made people believe it was Cloudy. There are some like things this KF thread talks about, like a certain, I think it's state, or city, as well as connections to some military shit, which Cloudy would have connections to. So yeah, that's really not good, guys. This is really not good. Yeah, I think it's probably Cloudy. I'm just gonna be fucking honest with you. Oh fuck. Okay, yeah, I've just been sent something where yeah, it is her theme. It was her theme at the time. This is a screenshot from Cloudy on the 12th of the 4th, 2025. That's her theme color at the time. That's literally her theme color at the time. It's changed a little bit, but yeah, this was her theme color at the time. I mean, it is circumstantial, but like, it's like you have a really small group of people this could be. Like an insanely small group of people this could be. Sorry, I realized I wasn't showing you. This is her theme color at the time. 12th of the 4th, 2025. She's got this dark blue coloring. This is like a screenshot she's taken literally on her phone. And that's the same color of the screenshot that was sent to Saint. And then gets put onto KF. Interesting. Anyway. Now that we've had our tism moment, Mungus with the 5. Hello, my friend. The news saddens me. I hope you're doing well and have cool, refreshing Coca-Cola on me. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. I don't know how much it would matter if this hadn't been like an incredible fucking shitstorm of a drama. It all comes out of this. It all ties back to this fucking Makari shit.
That it was really overbearing and that it made him feel like I didn't want him around. And I was like,
Sorry, we'll go back to where we are. I apologize to Malcolm, who is probably sat there seething that I've stopped listening to the call to have an autistic conversation about who the KF leaker is. I'm sorry, buddy.
Like you know, if I'm doing something or like I don't like what's up? Q goes first, and he kind of just says, "Well, it just feels like you don't want me around." And I was like, "What did I do for that?" And he straight up tells me that that when I talked to him about like doing stuff for his channel, or you know, asking him about, you know, when he's going to stream next or what he's going to stream next about, that it was really overbearing and that it made him feel like I didn't want him around. And I was like, oh, that sucks. I'm sorry. That's not what I'm trying to do. And I do have some DMs I could probably find where I'm literally talking to him like, hey, you should, you know, talk about Andy Pants. You should talk about this, and that. And so I was like, okay, is there anything else? You know, because I'm gonna be honest, I heard a rumor that you guys sit in Makari's server and just like talk shit about me and Falgi for a long time. And I don't obviously I don't know if that's true, but
Again, just timelining this out here. So Cloudi hears this rumor that like KJQ and Ash are sat in Makari's server talking shit about her, and then burns Makari, and then kind of just burns KJQ and Ash. It's weird as well because like this whole group are friends. They talk regularly. And I think the only reference I've heard to any of them really like chatting shit at all is essentially, I think it's KJ getting pissed off with the kind of same thing we've seen in the post by Makari, where it's like, why are you like, Makari, Q never joined VC. Holy fuck! Do you guys see what I mean? What am I meant to do with this? Q never joined VC. Oh, dude. I was literally playing Wilds with Saint and Truski. Even Chris the Ark. This is so dumb, bro. Why would you lie about this? What?
like if it was just about this stuff, like, you know, that's fine, but like, is that all it was? And all three of them tell me in different words that like yeah, it was very true that they would all sit in Makari's server and talk shit about me, talk shit about Falgi, and it wasn't just content stuff, it was like personal stuff about us, and it really hurt. It hurt a lot, and I'll be honest, that was kind of the start of me going fucking batshit insane because I genuinely couldn't get over it even though I tried.
Because I mean, it's so I get that, and I mean, obviously, I know that. Also, importantly, here she's like, okay, well, I heard these rumors about people talking about me, and I went like crazy. This was like the start of it, Beckett, and it's like, no. You went fucking crazy before any of this shit happened because you went crazy during the Makari stuff. Like, you were burning people. There's other things as well with how these two acted. I never knew this. This is how little attention I paid to my fucking Discord. But they were, like, hunting Liv in my Discord. Like, I've been posted... Someone sent me evidence of this. Like, Liv would be talking in the general chat. Like, just in general chat. And Falgi and Cloudi would turn up and start kind of, like, taking shots at her in my Discord. Which... is like fucking weird to do. Yeah, wait, they were? Yeah, hold on. Where is it? I'll bring it up. I will bring it up. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Like, There's a couple of examples of this. No, I'd found you for giving bad Italian food takes. What's your opinion on full grain pasta? Depends. Just don't goon in VC. It's like, reminds me, one time I heard to tell of a mods buying each other sex toys as a teehee Discord e-kittens were a mistake, which is a reference to that drama. It's like, why are you in... Like, I'm so disappointed in you, wasn't me. I can't believe I was cut off from my Discord kittens. No gooning in chat, wrong server, never mind. It's like, again, I don't care if people are fighting. Like, again, don't care. But it is weird to turn up in another content creator's server to give shit to some random fucking chatter. That's a weird thing. That is a weird fucking thing to do. Like, why are you doing this? What the fuck is wrong with you? This is fucking lolcow behavior. I don't know what to say, because I do not want to sit here and say, oh my god, if you guys see this again, tell me about it. I mean, I don't want to know what's going on my Discord general chat. I don't fucking care. But at the same time, this is, I don't know, maybe if you see a content creator come in and start harassing a random chatter in my fucking general chat, tell me. I think I'd actually, like, I've had this with, like, Sunday, right? Like, Sunday used to come into my server, and occasionally he'd fight with people. But he'd turn up, he's a contentious figure, and people would fight with him. And that's fine. That's whatever. Sunday's just having fun. And other people are kind of starting it with him. But in this case, it's just Falgi turning up in, like, his friend's server to be mean to somebody. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You absolute fucking retard. What the fuck is wrong with you? There's a vent chat about me with some pretty interesting things in it. And I've heard things that have been said in this call. When I said last night, I mean, I don't give a shit if people talk smack about me. I don't care. I care far more where and why and how. Like, doing it, like, in a fucking chat with my entire fucking mod team and admins with another content creator is kind of fucking wild, I'll be honest with you. But it's mostly going, that's an insane thing to find out, than any actual, like, anger about what's said. Because again, like, I've bitched about Falgi because he has changed. Did my internet freeze? Am I still talking? Do I still exist? Fuck. All my shit just froze at once. Except for OBS? Except for OBS. OBS is fine. Are we good? Do I exist? Can you hear me? I guess. We hear you? Yeah, I just got sent a link. I tried to open the link and it crashed everything. Okay. Hold on a second. The video's just frozen load. Like, all my shit's frozen. Hold on a second. No, there we go. Okay, cool. Cool. Let's try that again. That's fucking bizarre, bro. I need to reopen my stream shit. Fuck. Hold on a second. Let's go there. Go there. Do this. Let's do this. What the fuck was that shit? Okay, I'll keep the video playing for the last year. And I'm not the only one. I think it's really interesting, actually. I've got messages now from people. Oh, you won the Deadpool. I didn't win the Deadpool because I never bet on Falgi. In fact, I paid out in this Deadpool. I want to be very clear, I should have done, because other people saw this coming far before I fucking did. But it's one of these where... What's a good way to put this? I guess you've got an issue here because you're kind of streamer's wife, and that is always there's always going to be frustrations with people you work for. Like Jenny bitches about me, and I know she does, and it's fine because occasionally I really fucking annoy her. We work closely together, it's natural. But the thing that's come across, like, in this... Also, I've had this clarified. So to be clear, the shop talk / water cooler shit talk all happened in Cloudi server in the VC, which was just a break room type space. It was all work complaints, and if they were too fragile to take it on the chin, that's their fault. Yeah, I agree with you. you didn't just do streamer's wife. You came in again. I just said this. I know Jenny will bitch about me. Okay, I'm well aware of this, and it's absolutely fine. And also, kind of took over the channel and the community. I mean, again, you just unilaterally with B for some fucking reason decided to reorganize the entire Discord without talking. Like, I mean, you completely blindsided them with it. That is, even if you were like pissed, kind of insane. I mean, do you disagree with me?
I don't disagree, but I did tell them I was going to do it.
They okay.
Not in that call. Okay. Let me bounce ahead a little bit then. So I had mentioned like, hey, I know you guys are really busy. I know the channel stuff is really going on. Would you guys like your own
Bestie catching up? Why were they hunting down a fucking chatter? Right? Apparently they've done this to other people as well. Dude. Look, I know I can be cold and distant. If you see this shit, I don't know, tell me. I guess actually tell me, because, like, it'll stop shit like this happening. What the fuck? What a total retard.
areas, your own tags, your own this, and that, so you guys can just focus on that. Because there would be times where I would need mods, but they would be busy with other stuff, and that's fine. I don't want them to drop things they have planned just to moderate shit or Discord.
But you didn't do that, Cloudi. You just didn't. You didn't
Beckett,
reorganize. No, hold on. You didn't reorganize the Discord to have new mods. You reorganized the Discord to have new mods and new like staff and everything else. And then also removed their perms to join and essentially drove them out. I mean, again, this happens incredibly quickly, right? You have the mod call, and then the next day this explodes. KJ is removed from my Discord, my mod team. Like this completely implodes in on itself. The call, I've listened to the mod call. You can tell the moment it goes from we're reorganizing to we're getting rid of you, and it's when like Ash asks, "Oh, am I still able to come on?" No. Q's asking, "Can I do anything to help?" No. And then it's, if you want to call in, you need to ask Falgi. Sorry, you need to ask Falgi. Oh no, actually, wait. If you're wanted, he'll ask you. That's when it's a firing call. You didn't just reorganize this for a mod team. That was the excuse, but that's not what you guys did. I mean, actually, as a genuine question, do you understand that that's not what you did? Is this like a news to you?
No.
I'm out. A news to you. I'm so fucking tired in this call. It's so bad.
Oh, I just okay. Can I go back again a little bit? Okay. Yes, I had told them in VCs and stuff before what I wanted to do.
I haven't had a chance to go and check Midge, I'm sorry.
And in the call.
Also, to be clear, I've also heard about them basically doing this with Midge, right? Like this, like, okay. So I don't know if people know this. Midge-O-Matic used to be a mod. They got modded while I was hammered. And they kind of like became less of a fan during the GOAT stuff. I don't have any problems with Midge. I don't really care. But apparently, some of the stuff that Midge said really pissed off Cloudi and Falgi, and they essentially sent like Name to like fuck with them in someone else's server. Like, this is another accusation being made. I don't know the full details of this. But yeah, this shit's crazy. Why the fuck do you care? Like, why do you care? Absolutely insane.
Where in that call again, I've
Diesel survey, yeah.
Listen to that part of it.
At least that at least that sort of answers the question of why Falgi posted the standing like mod union shit. Is because he was kind of responsible for from what I understand, of actively sending Name to do it. I mean, Name can like kind of refute this. Obviously, this is just what I'm hearing, but I've got no reason not to believe it. Like, you can be annoying, that's true, but not as annoying as the two Brits I work with. Like, yeah, okay, sure. I mean, actually, sorry, that sounded dismissive. Yeah, I can be annoying. Everyone can be annoying. Who cares? Like, I like this as well. Like, I think we're getting into the bit about shit talking me.
I have, because I know Diesel and I had a call the next day, and I straight up said that was a terrible fucking call. I wasn't clear at all. I thought I'd mentioned what I wanted to do, but I didn't, and that part is my fault. And
No, not you, Tyrone. You're fine.
I can take that because I took that then. That call was really bad.
I mean, I could explain what happened, but it's ultimately just glub shito drama that doesn't matter. I mean, again, it's not the drama that matters. It's their actions towards a random fucking chatter. You just, like, this shit's just sad. It's not even like it's not it's not a damning indictment. It's just really fucking pathetic. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like complete loser behavior. Oh my god, I can't believe this chatter did something. We need to take care of them. What?
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to remember where I sort of left off.
So after the Makari stuff.
Okay, yeah. Oh no, sorry. So we're still in this big call, right? So another reason why, like, again, like Hugh's asking, like, hey, can I do anything? And I immediately go, no. It was out of panic. Because during the time when we're talking after the Makari stuff, Q is in tears, like sobbing, saying that I'm expecting too much of him. And that his anxiety is getting to him, and that like he just feels really bad. And so I was just like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna
Again, I don't know if this is true. I do know that Q was like dealing with some other stuff, but the idea like that Q was like crying or like was like, I can't do anything, I mean, I've not heard that before.
Gonna ask you to do anything. That's basically what was happening in that moment of him crying and him telling me all this stuff. That's not what I wanted. But obviously in the middle of that call of the sorry, I'm jumping ahead again to the mod call, obviously it doesn't come off like that. And I wasn't gonna go around telling that last time we did this you were literally like sobbing that you couldn't do all these things. And those weren't even, and the things he was talking about weren't even things for us. It was things for his own channel that he had with Makari. And so that, sorry, I'm trying to remember exactly what was said. So that's why a lot of points in that call, I sound crazy. It's because all these different things had happened beforehand. Oh,
that's interesting. I was upset over Makari. She was a friend. I felt betrayed at the time. Well, yeah. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? You're working on a channel with Makari. Makari's just been burnt, like, publicly and kicked out. And, like, this gets spun as, I can't do stuff for the channel? God, I hate this call. I really do. Well, after it, like, I've cut this bit out, but, like, at the end, I'm like, this is obviously recorded, blah, blah, blah. I'll probably just drop it. And listening back to it, I was just like, I feel like I just can't. I feel like it would be irresponsible just to drop it. I did answer with the 5. This is some high school. They were mean to us in 2nd grade once, so we hate them forever type shit. True. Sorry, I need to read some super chats. Someone just caught my eye. Mixing truth and lies together. She's so evil. Yeah, this is the problem.
Like, I'm sorry, but you can't ask me what else you can do when I did not even ask, because it was his channel. I would just be like, hey, are you gonna write down this or do this and this and that? And then he tells me that like through tears that I'm being too overbearing, and I'm giving him a lot of anxiety and all this other stuff. I know how the DMs are. I know how everything looks, but I'm telling you now, I thought I was genuinely just taking a load off their back, because I thought if they could just focus on their channel stuff and they would have their own areas for their channels, because I used to have threads and stuff for all of them. I have them archived. I can show you a screenshot. Hold on.
Have you considered the fact that partly you coming in and reorganizing what is essentially a friendship group and trying to optimize it might be part of the reason that people were kind of frustrated with you? I think it is very funny that I can tell that this annoyed her because she brings it up in another call like 3 times. I'm accusing her of trying to like optimize her friendship group and like kind of autistically control it and reorganize it. And yeah, I don't know, this seems to have really bugged her. Like, have you ever considered like your level of autism is fucking annoying to people? Because I haven't heard, like, again, this isn't coming from them. I'm just kind of listening to this, Cloudi, and I'm like, it sounds like you looked at this friendship group and went, I can probably make this better. And then, you know, because I've had people, you know, people do this, and it's like, it's weird. Like, there's an existing dynamic, and someone else walks in and tries to, I don't know, yeah, optimize it, I guess, in some weird way without really considering why things look the way they do. And it seems you've ended up in conflict with people while doing this. I mean, again, it sounds almost kind of what happened with Diesel's server and your relationships with people there. And you've done this within the op block mod like Discord generally. You like push and optimize and go, this is what I think should happen. And then when people understandably, because you're messing with not just, you know, this is not just a workplace. This is like people's social lives. You get really frustrated and angry and end up like fucking shit talking people and like burning people when they get upset, and like you seem really confused by it. And have you considered this? She'd never considered this.
I have, but
That's such a lie. That's a lie. You never thought about
make
this.
Things easier.
I mean,
again, I understand how it looks when you don't have that side of it. And again, this is all in like VCs and stuff, but I didn't do this from nowhere. I you know, again, I was just like, hey, you know, if you want, I'll find ways to try to make things easier. I can bring on new mods. I can do this, and that. And
I can make things easier. You know, I can replace all of you. Dude. Absolutely fucking crazy.
Again, it was all fine.
Hey, listen. Goat. I've seen Goat just pop up in chat. Goat has her own issues, obviously, but let's be honest. Fucking Goat was the Goat has nothing on Cloudi. Goat has nothing on Cloudi. It's actually depressing how like Goat might be actually sat there just making fucking notes. Fuck, I've got to up my game. This is ridiculous.
Fine. Until it wasn't. Because I was
Goat didn't even manage to get Aiden to replace his mods. Absolutely ridiculous. Dude, what were you doing? Fucking lazy.
I was trying my best to support them, especially after this call where, like I said, everyone's like super emotional and they're
KJ, by the way, we asked to make things easier by allowing us access to the channel back end, so Ash could put videos on the channel and shit, and now there's proof that Cloudi body blocked her. That's interesting. So one of the things that's like coming clear is there was quite a lot of blocking. So obviously I've worked with like KJ on a few things, but when the KP stuff was happening, I know that like Falgi was like, oh yeah, you know, we're doing research and just like digging through things. And Falgi stopped KJ messaging me. I've seen the DMs and basically passed everything on to me. Now it's interesting because I'll be honest with you, I didn't use huge amounts of the OpBlocks research in what I was doing. Like it wasn't like crazy amounts. A lot of it was done with me and Jenny because the first thing I did was like, okay, cool, it's EmuME. Let's go find out what the fuck has gone on. Just because like it's a main story, it's the thing I'm working on. I want Jenny for it, basically. But it is interesting how much like Falgi was stopping coming through, and that's not to downplay Falgi's part in the Saber Spark story, by the way. Like getting in touch with Saber, sorting out like setting out times for the interview, getting me in contact were all like really important pieces of this. Check DMs, cheeky screen. Cloudi body blocking. Interesting. So Greg is offering to help, but you'd rather inconvenience Ash. Yep. Okay. It's and that's basically like Cloudi going, well, don't give them access to the back end, which is, again, you're working on a channel together. When Max was editing for me, he had access to our back end with editor perm, so he could upload videos, check for monetization, check for any like issues that were going to like be in the video that would get the video flagged, check the music, all this kind of shit. This is an honest question. Can you ever imagine me, like, I don't know, going after a chatter in someone else's Discord? What? I think the only time I've done anything even slightly like that is like fighting with Westside Tyler, like in Westside Tyler's Discord, and I apologized. I apologized for doing it. I was like, this is the gayest thing I've ever done. What's wrong with me? And apologized.
Isn't that
unreservedly, by the way?
And again, it was all fine until it wasn't. Because I was trying my best to support them, especially after this call where, like I said, everyone's like super emotional and they're
how did this degrade so quickly? Like, let's move ahead, and we can maybe double back, but let's move ahead to some of the KJ, Ash, and Q stuff, because you can recognize that mod call is bad. But again,
yeah. Oh, I said it immediately, and I'll say this right now. I have no fucking idea why Fauci then asked for editing tips. I was like, I literally DM'd him. I remember being like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, it's because he's obviously awkward about this shit.
He didn't get back to me. Yeah, he didn't get back to me.
It looks, obviously, he sat there in an awkward silence singing. It's like, it's fucking absurd. It's literally it is literally looks like a parody of like an office party where you say, listen, we've just posted our biggest profits ever, but no one's getting bonuses and we're firing the team. It's bizarre as the manager sings his way into like a fucking office. It's crazy. But
sorry, I shouldn't be laughing right now. I remember how like, I was like, what are you doing? Sorry.
Yeah, it's absurd. So like, okay.
It's yeah, okay.
So, but okay. Please explain, because again, this mod call as well, and I know how you and Fauci are framing it, but that's obviously not the whole truth, because you knew that this was going to crash into a wall after this happened. Otherwise, why give the warnings to people? Why were my admins warned that this was about to happen and was going to have a fallout? Because they were directly warned about it. And you'd been planning this for a month. You'd brought on B, which again is fucking crazy to find out. To basically go, you run the Discord now. Have fun, GG. You've modded a bit for Cope and Seethe. I'm sure you'll be fine.
I mean, I can explain that if you'd like.
Sure.
Because her being your mod had nothing to do with it. We were chatting. And I mentioned I didn't know how to work Discord bots. That's literally how it started.
Okay. I mean,
and so your staff was warned because I knew they shared spaces, and I just said, hey, this is happening. I'm just giving a heads up.
Yeah, did people not know this? Ballistic B was basically brought in as admin to overhaul the fucking Discord. Now, like, again, this is fine, but like, it is weird, right? You've got a team. I know I had this conversation with Queeman where it's like there's a lot of little weird stuff, and it's not like damning indictment, but it's literally like, okay, so you've got a load of people working with you who've been part of OpBlock who are like have been part of OpBlock like longer than you have. You drive them out and replace the entire mod team. Hopkins it's at $200, bro. That's fucking insane. Thank you so much for your suffering, our entertainment, and a computer. Bold crab twink. Thank you so fucking much, dude. That is absolutely based. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, bro. Who was warned?
Haas.
Okay. Okay, this is interesting. This is
But he
interesting. Hold on. I want to go back here. This is talking about the fact that she is warning people before this even comes out. But a bit for Cope and Seethe, I'm sure you'll be fine.
I mean,
So before the mod call happens, this is an admission that she, like, knew that this may have blowback and fucking warned Hoz to keep an eye out. Now, I don't know whether she warned Hoz directly or this was through Saint, because I know Saint was like a bit of a middle person in all this. But yes, Cloudi was aware of it.
I mean, I can explain that if
That's a whisper campaign, by the way.
you'd like.
Sure.
Because her being your mod had nothing to do with it. We were chatting, and I mentioned I didn't know how to work Discord bots. That's literally how it started.
Okay. I mean, she started off by denying this. It's fucking crazy. I haven't done anything back. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't burned KJ in any other spaces. You're literally admitting to burning KJ in someone else's space, bitch.
So, your
Oh, no, fuck it. We'll get there.
staff was warned because I knew they shared spaces, and I just said, hey, this is happening. I'm just giving a heads up.
Who was warned?
Hoss.
Okay. Here's what's also really important about this, because I also know, I don't know if it's probably cut from the call because it's a section talking about this friendship group, which includes personal info. It's why it's cut. But we do talk about this a bit, where she's like, if I ever spoke badly about KJ, it was only ever to say that the fallout was my fault. Even when I was talking to these other people who have bad opinions of KJ, it was only ever to say it was my fault and I was taking responsibility and I was just sad about the record. I know that's a lie. Multiple people had come to me talking about the way Cloudi talked about KJ. People who have no reason to fucking lie to me. I've spoken to B. I know that you are fucking lying to me in this call. It is wild. I don't get it. We've got your logs. You're doing a fucking tour with people. I don't get why talk to people in the calls? I literally do not understand why people do this. If you are in the middle of a fucking drama, especially when you know how this works, people like dig through everything and find everything. Nothing stays like, dude. Just be honest about it. Okay.
But he didn't. I wasn't talking to Haas then. I'm gonna shield him right now. We were not chit chatting like friends. We were not buds. I did not know him. It was just someone I knew was close enough in our space where I was just like, hey, I'm doing this. Just a heads up because we share spaces. He didn't say anything else. And then everything blew up. And
just one more interview, Will. True.
Everything blew up, and then I was like, oh fuck, the timing of this looks fucking awful. This is not
No
what
shit.
I wanted to happen. I didn't think this was gonna happen. And then I saw you posted that tweet with
I think that there was an awful lot of gambling on because people who do kind of know things about me behind the scenes as opposed to the public impression, because I'm well aware that the public impression of me is that I am way too involved and invested in all this shit. I like that I play in the mud too much, as Queen put it the other night. I know that's public impression, that's fine, but it's just not true. I think that Cloudi was banking on the fact that I didn't really care about KJ, and that when he was removed from the mod team, I'd barely even fucking notice, and I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. I genuinely do not think they expected me to take such a hardline stance of what the fuck are you doing?
and I know that looks chopped as fuck, okay? Especially with the rest of our DMs. When I say, or when Rena said, hey, it's probably for the doxing stuff, it's because we both know, her and I know, that is your hard line.
So this is interesting. So apparently, like, in the DMs, she's like, well, it must be something that they're covering up. Well, what's Beckett's hard line? It's like, well, if somebody was a doxer. Now, like, again, there are elements here with, like, how I function, like, within, I don't know, in the space of somebody with, like, works with Jenny, who does research. I've actually got some stuff to talk about with this when it comes up. Yeah, I mean, there are hard lines with associations where if KJ was running around with like a huge reputation of like maliciously dropping doxes on people, I'd probably be like, what the fuck are you doing? Now, it's interesting with Aiden, because I've heard this and it's worth addressing, that I've cut off Aiden because he doxed Lyra's wife. That's not why I've stopped talking to Aiden. Clearly and obviously because I talked to Aiden on Dicker's stream the other night. It's because, like, I'm sick of the endless looping and exhausting conversations. It's really not that much deeper. If, like, Aiden stops doing that and stops being fucking impossible to have a conversation with, I'll talk to him again. People, like, fuck up. People fuck up. And, like, it's okay to fuck up, take accountability of that fuck up, apologize, and change the behavior. Obviously, I believe that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be friendly with people like Lyo. Right? Obviously. This again is not complicated, because I saw Cheaply do like in one of his videos he mentions me about something. And to be fair, like I did watch that video and I thought Cheaply was like really chill, which is why I didn't message him, because I was like, yeah, this is just a chill point. But yeah, people fuck up, people make mistakes, take accountability of the fuck up and improve yourself, and I'm fine with that. As long as it's not a pattern of behavior, it's okay. It really is. I'm somebody who genuinely believes, cheaply? Yeah, I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry, guys. Cheaply. Is it cheaply? Okay. I'm somebody who genuinely believes if you just take account for, like, the shit you fucked up, and then change. Yeah, I'm with you. I also think one thing that's occurred to me is Sleeply? Okay. One thing that's occurred to me is some of the interactions with these, like, ACC spaces, I guess, has driven people fucking crazy. It does seem to have had an effect, because Aiden didn't used to be like this. Do you know what I mean? Aiden would never fucking drop the docs on, like, someone's wife's docs. In, like, at any point. It's just not something I could ever have pictured him doing. There's clearly, and it happens when he's surrounded by these people pushing this thing. And the ACC has for a long time had a fucking doxing problem. We know this. Lovecraftian drama that has you develop madness? Yeah. I have seen the level of paranoia this little friendship group started, like, displaying. I've said this to some of the people who were involved in it. You guys have become paranoid. Freakishly paranoid. Falgi became freakishly paranoid. It's not good. But yes, my stance on this stuff is very simple. If you fuck up, even to the extent of doxing, so it's not a pattern, and you fuck up and apologize and take accountability and make an active effort to improve over time, it's not like an overnight thing. Again, that's all anyone can actually ask of anyone. Otherwise, like, we're not looking for accountability, we're looking just to randomly fucking burn people. Okay.
I know it looks really bad, but my constant frustration with you, even in the other server, and this was something I was going to get to, right? In my perception, I get frustrated when it seems like you don't listen to your team, and that's not my business. It's not my fucking place to say anything. And I've said it and then been like, I'm fucking sorry. That's your friend. Let me shut the fuck up.
Sure, you can carry on, but I do want to say just very quickly, the reason I don't listen to my team, Cloudi, is for the very reason, for the drama you guys are in. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to this stuff. That's not their job. Their job is to moderate a Discord. They don't see the wider picture. They're not content creators. The reason I am distant with my mod team, I've said this to the remaining members of it, is because when you do what Falgi did and start leaning on your mods and close friends who are not content creators, this is the outcome. Every fucking time. You don't know. You guys don't see the bigger picture. You don't understand it. Like, and I gave the example on stream of my mod stepping into a person called Hey It's Lissy, who was sharing. How is it that her business, it's your content and your channel, the fuck they aren't supposed to run you? Yeah, there seems to be this like weird impression. Like, look, I'll level as well. I'm very grateful to the mods who moderate my Discord. I'm very grateful to the people who actually do, like, lots of people in my chat have wrenches, but a few people actually do mod and they know who they are. And it's not hard to mod for me, but I'm very grateful when people do it. But the reality is, you guys aren't content creators. You don't see the impacts that people have. That's not your... And why would you? And I don't, like, hate any of you for that. I think that's just not what you're here for. But, like, too many content creators, and Falgi is one of them, look at, like, their mods as a safety net support network. They look to their mods for opinions on, like, the drama they're covering. What the fuck are you doing? You can't act like this. You cannot. This is not actually a group effort, because if your mods say the wrong things, and I've seen this directly in dramas where people have been advised to do things by their mods that are just the wrong decision. It's literally the opposite, because the mods are like invested in a very particular way. And they always are, because their mod's cool thing is like, I want to protect this content creator who I'm like the mod for. And that blinds them to sometimes that instant defensiveness is completely the wrong action to take. And like, I think this Lissy thing's a good example, actually. One of my members' streams, and they went to this person, DM'd them and kicked them from the community, basically, without talking to me. Well, all they've done is created somebody who hates me, who used to be a fan. What was the point? You haven't achieved anything. It's not protected me. It's not made me look better. You've just burnt somebody randomly. And so much of this, I'm going to be so clear with you, is the fact that you and the other people surrounding Falgi don't know what the fuck you're doing. That's why I don't listen to my team. Because they are really good at managing a community, but when it comes to the wider optics and ecosystem, they don't have a fucking clue. They're children. I haven't survived. I meant children in the way of, like, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, not minors, okay? I want to be very fucking clear. My mod team is not built of, like, fucking 8-year-olds or some shit. I just want that clarified for the fucking record. For 4 fucking years by listening to random shitters. I've survived for 4 fucking years by listening to people like Nicholas Diorio, Chud Logic, Chris the Narc, fucking Diesel, who have been here and done it. That's why I'm still around. That's it. That's it. You guys just haven't. You don't. If you did, if any of these people knew what the fuck they were talking about, they'd have channels of their own. And Falgi doesn't know either. He doesn't understand yet. He's only been doing this a year. Everyone else he interacts with has been doing it for a decade or less. Like, you know, again... Also, I want to point out, decade or less, what the fuck did I mean by this? What a weird phrase to use. It's crazy that you guys think you know what you're fucking talking about. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Look at the mess you're in.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was just making sure you're done. I didn't want to interrupt. And here's the thing, that's part of what I would hope this call would clear up, because I don't know what was sent to you. That Discord was not a Beckett shit on Beckett.
I mean, she literally doesn't understand. She literally doesn't get it. It's so frustrating. Yeah, no, totally. I heard that call. Like, this call was to, like, clear up the fact that, like, you know, maybe you should listen to your team more. Somebody else has said this to me, and I respect the position. But it's like, I need to talk to, like, the team around me more. I fully accept this. I absolutely need to do that. But, like, dude, this woman is fucking oblivious.
Kit server, it was a place for us to play video games, and frustrations, because again, your mods were there, would come up, and my 2 things were just the team thing, and then my perception of you kind of big broing Falgi sometimes would annoy me, but it's not anything I
don't
feel
mind
like
that, by the way.
Yeah,
I would expect that from you. I said this to Falgi as well. I don't mind. In the same way that you get people get frustrated with you because you are streamer's wife and you're very close, and that's a general like creator perception of you. It's like, yes, that's Falgi's girlfriend. You don't really have an identity of your own. That's natural for partners, by the way, but you are closer to your partner's platform than any of us would advise. You are Falgi's weakness. You're his biggest weakness. Not intentionally, and you would be even if you hadn't been doing this fucking shit. That's just the nature of things. It's why my relationship with Stardust looked the way it did. People always ask this: why didn't you protect Stardust? Why didn't you get involved in her fights? Shit like this. Because this is the outcome every fucking time. I feel like this drama just vindicates a lot of my positions of the way I act. I'm going to be completely honest with you. So, I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them. I don't mind that you don't like me, or like were annoyed at me, or like you shouldn't big bro my partner. Yeah, sure. Falgi's like in my. It's also really interesting. I just want to point out this lie because nobody other than like this friendship group would know this is a lie. But this idea that Cloudi was just a little bit annoyed at me, it's a lie. Cloudi fucking hated me, guys. Okay, she fucking hated me. She bitched about me constantly. She's like. Is apparently in the group calls, like anytime I'd like randomly come up, it would be like, nah, the fuck this guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's like dismissive of you, Falgi. Like she was like actively like fuck Beckett. She is a Beckett hater, and that's okay. That's absolutely fine. Just why can't anyone be honest about it? Why can't anyone be honest about it, dude? I don't like this idea that if somehow you shit talk me or something, I'm gonna like be really upset or like cut you off. That's obviously not how I work, bro. It's insane. Orbit. There are dynamics to this, and also
here's sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. And here's the thing, right? Would just be a moment where I would just say something, and then I would feel bad and apologize and be like, hey, I know that's your friend. I'm sorry. And here I don't hate you, Beckett. You just annoy me sometimes, and that's just my honest feeling. You do not. I don't expect. Again, with all this shit going on, you don't have to even like me, but like that is my feeling towards you. Is that just some?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm incredibly sus of this fucking woman. I think that she is a lunatic. But again, I don't dislike anyone. In fact, I'm completely apathetic to the vast majority of people's existence. Before this, I barely ever thought about Cloudi. She literally existed just as like Falgi's girlfriend. That was it. That was my sole thought about Cloudi. I had no other internal feelings, external feelings, nothing. I was just like, that's Falgi's girlfriend. That's it. That's the sum total on the whole.
The things I would perceive.
Fake ass niceness. Yeah, somebody said, oh, this really surprises me about Cloudi because she seems so nice. I'm like, yeah, narcissistic manipulators often do. That's how they work.
Again, this is just my perception in the moment. I would get frustrated, say some shit, and then be like, oh, okay, that was fucked. My bad. Let me.
I mean, half the time, I'm just trying to stop Falgi fucking imploding. Only being known as somebody's commentary girlfriend would drive me insane. Thank you, Given Ant's girlfriend. Fucking hell. I mean, like, dude. It was obvious that Falgi was getting worse. I mean, one of my biggest criticisms of all of you is you basically just increased his paranoia. Constantly. It's constantly a feedback. This is another reason I don't surround myself with chatters or fans and talk to them all the time. Because they do exactly what certain people in your group I know do. Which is, hey, did you hear this thing about you? Hey, this person said this about you. Hey, have you seen this tweet about you? Hey, have you seen this Discord thing about you? And it drives people fucking crazy. You can't escape it. Again, last night I said when the Psy stuff was happening and it was constant bombardment of screenshots, I just left the group chats. I was like, I'm done. I'm taking a break. I don't want to see this. It will drive me crazy. And
no, I actually
divorce.
I actually don't disagree. I get really frustrated when people send them like hate. I mean, before all this stuff, obviously, I would get really frustrated when people would send him like hate streams or like hate comments and stuff, or like, not that I think he's like precious baby boy. I mean, I do, but like for me, but like just on the on a more like serious level, it would just be like, hey, because it's just a lot. Or like if I don't know if you've seen this, but I would actually like kind of tease him or make fun of him for him bringing up Psy or bringing up another known hater over and over again. Like, hey, we gotta, I guess, big fucking talk from me, right? But like, I'd be like, hey, we can't keep looking at this. It's gonna drive you crazy. I say as I went literally fucking crazy.
I just, do you not see the disalignment? I'm like, stop sending people, like, stop making people paranoid. And Cloudi is like, yeah, I hate when people do that. That's why I did it to him. Okay, bitch. Sure. Makes perfect fucking sense. Awesome, I guess. Crazy. She would snark us for A-logging, then fucking Falgi asked us to go out and do it. Yeah.
And no, I don't disagree with the streamer's wife thing. I don't take any offense to that either. One of the things I can say that before we started streaming is I straight up said, hey, maybe it's not that we hide that we're dating, but maybe we don't be so forward about.
Yeah, there's literally
about it.
two options to this. Either you don't stream together, or you actually just really open that you're streaming together, but you go,
yeah,
that's my own partner's chat. I mean, like, the truth is that in spaces like these, you actually want to completely separate your partner from them, like completely. You just don't want them to have anything to do with it, because it's just it's not worth it. It's like nightmare scenario. It again always goes the same way.
Yeah, and again, I'm not again, when I say all these things, I'm not trying to excuse my actions. I understand how autistic and fucking crazy it looks. Again, I'm reorganizing this and this and that, but I just need you to understand that I would be told verbally to fix things, and then I would try to fix things and be like, hey, is this good? I would be told yes 1 minute, no the next, or I would ask a question for whatever else.
Once again, why were you the one fixing them? I mean, again, dude, if my partner, I don't have a partner, to be clear. I guess if my imaginary partner, that's so sad. What a sad thing to say. Okay, fuck. If I'm so alone, guys. Okay, if my imaginary partner, like, joined my Discord and started running it, I'd be like, that would be fucking weird, right? If your partner just sort of like came in and started like taking over the space when you're working with other people, like started pushing Jenny out, started pushing like Hoz out, like Shadow out, got rid of the fucking mod team. We need some new mods in here, Beckett. You advertising, Becky boy. But no, okay, not after this. Fuck me. No, listen, I was considering it. I was like, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to DM my YouTube board. No, I'm kidding. No, not again. Okay, not again. Once was enough.
Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's good. And then it blows up later. And it was just such a weird back and forth. And it was just a lot. And and again, I know you've seen it. Rena and I have known. I've been talking with her a long time. I know all of our DMs are out. So like we were just each other's sounding board in those DMs. Like that's something I'm gonna pull out eventually. I haven't even looked at everything yet. I literally say, hey, I am being bitter. I'm jealous. I'm tired. I don't know what is happening. I feel like I'm constantly being told one thing and then something else happens, and she was just my sounding board. It was just.
Do you understand that you can say she's just your sounding board, but that's not the limits.
Not sounding board. That's the wrong word, but just the.
Sure. It's again, like, I'm gonna get to this, but it's just not accurate to say Rena was just a sounding board. She got Rena to do things. She got Rena to leak information. She crossed that line, and it makes anything else in those DMs look incredibly sus. It doesn't help that she's just constantly fucking lying. And it's the little white lies that she thinks she can get away with. Again, I hate this call.
It was just someone I was venting to, and I was being a catty asshole. Yeah,
sure, but you also crossed the line pretty severely into you utilize Rena. Now, I have my own opinions on Rena. If you think I'm sat here being like, oh, poor Rena, I'm really fucking not. But you utilize. Somebody asked me about this, because like it's like, well, isn't it convenient that Beckett doesn't like Rena after she's destroyed Falgi? I'll just say this. like, I'll say this. Once I had found out that this shit had been carrying on for the past 8 months, one way or another, this was going to come out. Morale leaking the arena stuff was essentially useful. It was well timed, but this is like fucking with people, and that's why I spent like a week off going and making sure that I knew what the fuck was going on. I started doing that even before the morale had started going after Falgi. Yeah, he was fucked. I don't know what else to say. I've had this standard for so fucking long. Will and his channel. Actually, I don't know if people know this, but like the reason I fell out with Wick was over the PV stuff. And it's because like he was basically like working with them and promoting them without disclosing it to his audience. This ecosystem shit is something that I have ended relationships, quite close relationships with people in the past. I used to do like multiple streams with Wick. We worked together regularly. Like ecosystem shit is genuinely very important to me. I don't know what else to say. Somebody like pointed out that was a major factor of the KP stuff, talking about KP's treatment of her like editors. Jack, who's known me for like 4 years or something, can confirm Wick fucked it up badly. Yeah, this is not new for me. Oh my god, I have a question. Did Wick ever get his teeth? He did get his teeth. He did get his, well, he got like multiple dentistry things. Almost 5 now, yeah. Yeah, I've always had these standards. It's always been an incredibly fucking hard line for me. Arena to spread information. You also did this with, I think, Diesel, and you do puppeteer. And one of the things I've heard it from like a couple of people, I'd need to go and drag through DMs and conversations. There's been a lot, like, because I've been endlessly doing this for 2 days, for like, well, a lot longer, let's be honest. But like, there's a couple of cases where calls have happened, and you've kind of feigned ignorance during the call, but you're in DMs with, I think, Diesel, and there was somebody else, where you're basically just feeding them information of the thing to say, and then you sort of go, oh, that's shocking. So, I mean, there is, it does seem like you know what you're doing to an extent, right? Like, it's not just one tone, I'm just innocent in the background. That's not how you acted.
No, and I do apologize if it sounds like I'm coming off that way. I've been in these spaces. I have utilized her to spread info. One of my last examples I can think of right now for content stuff was some of the Gokato stuff, and it was all just like, it was just screenshots, it was just DMs, it was just stuff like that. Just so
yeah, so I talked about this in the other stream, I think. Basically, she sent stuff to Rena from on Goat, on Given Act's girlfriend, basically, to stir trouble. And it is stirring. I mean, there's dude, I can't believe she entered this fucking call trying to immediately play it off like, I've been away, Becca, I don't know what's going on, this is so crazy.
Wouldn't blow my cover. But I've also had people send me stuff to post because they want to remain anonymous. I've been asked to do that from well, I guess just saying the same thing again. I've been asked to do that from other commentators. I guess with
but okay,
the one that can...
That's a crazy allegation, by the way, actually. The idea that other commentators have gone to Cloudi and said, can you leak this for me to stir trouble? I would love to. I should have asked, like, who? Who's done this? Do you have any evidence of it? I'm fuck that I didn't. Because that is kind of wild. I'm trying to think if I'd ever do that, to be honest. I like maybe posting, like maybe tweets. I'm really trying to think. I'm trying to be really honest with myself. But the idea of going somebody, hey, can you go and post this in someone's Discord, is so alien to me. to try and drum up stuff. Now, I know that Himpleton has pushed, like, has manipulated people into releasing stuff. And that's one thing. But actually, like, full on going, hey, can you just, like, put this out for me? It's really weird. I mean, there might be an example of me doing it somewhere. Maybe it's I've been doing this a long time, but I can't think of one. Do you know what I mean?
Confuses me is with what do you mean with Diesel? Because I've never asked Diesel to like spread stuff. It's
I'd have to go through. Like, okay, but you actively. I mean, earlier in this call, you're talking about the fact that you were giving Diesel information that burned Makari because Diesel didn't really know the drama. You're the one that fed it to him, and you fed it to him during the call. Like notes, this is like but I think one of the things Diesel said to me was that there was one of the calls, it might even be the Makari call, where which I haven't listened to yet, but I do have a copy of, where basically you were giving Diesel information and then he was like, and then acting shocked like this was new to you. I'd have to clarify. But yeah, it's
okay. Can I say something about that? Because
sure.
okay, like I did that. But we had
okay. I'm gonna make you listen to that again, and I want everyone to key into this. I want you to just hear this, where basically you were giving Diesel information, and then he was like, and then acting shocked like this was new to you. I'd have to clarify. But yeah, it's
okay. Can I say something about that? Because
sure.
okay, like I did that. But we had been talking all day.
Yeah, I did that. I want to be really clear with you. Another call is planned to be dropped in the next day or so, where she actively lies to the person she is talking to because she admits to it in this call, and she only had that call like yesterday. So she has a call with me, admits to giving Diesel this information, then acting shocked, and then lies to another person yesterday. I just... fucking what are you doing? Like, why? You've just told me. You're drip feeding us? Like, I wanted that call out today, by the way. It needs stuff taken out of it. And it is like, I really, really want it out. I'm telling you what's in it because I want it out. Well, because I know it's coming out.
About it. So I feel like it's a bit, I don't know if that's a point against me. Like it's something I've done for him. It's something I've done for, like, again, other people will give me stuff to post or whatever so they can stay anonymous.
But you understand why it's hard
to,
okay, but you understand why it's hard to trust you because you're like a big thing of this, and I know this is a DM of you going, well, you will lie and things. Like, everyone lies. But one of the things you've sort of been caught red-handed doing is working behind... Like, I obviously talk to people behind the scenes, right? But this is one of the reasons I'm really transparent. Because when people go, Beckett said this, I just go, yeah, of course I fucking did. What do you mean? Whereas when it's finding out Cloudi said this, it's like, well, this is a completely different fucking person from what we saw publicly at the time. And it's that disconnect that is kind of fucking shocking people. Because you're not a content creator. You're not a commentator passing things of, hey, can you go grab this? Or, hey, can you go post this? But, I mean, I'll be actually honest, a content creator coming out and being like, hey, can you go and just seed this information is a little kind of fucking crazy in itself. But just like somebody who's on the sidelines doing that, somebody who's, again, streamer wife doing that, is even more... it's bizarre. You're not a content creator in this space. Why are you playing these games?
You're not wrong. I don't consider myself a content creator.
The pauses are insane, bro.
Or anything. Even just being a guest on streams is not content creating. I just fell into it. I would be asked to do stuff. I would be asked to spread stuff because I'm in all these different discords or whatever. I would go find things. I'm definitely not like research level, but sometimes when I just had the time, I would go find things or take care of things.
To be clear, I mean, finding things is fine. Everyone does this, and
Yeah, but
you know,
again, I guess.
but this isn't just finding things. This is directly throwing things out that instigate further drama. This is stirring, and this is, you know, we'll come to KJQ and Ash, but this is gay-opping. This is directly seeding information in the minds of multiple people to fuck people over.
Sorry, we're delayed. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, when it comes to the Makari call, again, him and I had already been talking all day for that particular call, and it's something I have done. You know, so
Okay.
I'm not denying that. And again, I'm not denying using Rena for stuff. And again, a lot of times it was just for content, and there was a few times where I was just being a fucking asshole, and I'd be like, "Hey, I'm can you go say this, because I feel like I'm in a petty mood." That's in the DMs. I'm not denying that. Wouldn't have denied it anyway, because like when I'm sorry, one sec. When I'm in or let me rephrase that. I was just already at a place where I was just so frustrated and done. And again, that doesn't make it okay.
Okay.
I want to make that clear that I'm not condoning the stuff I've done. Or being like, well, you know, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. It helps you being honest
I
also, with me, you know.
And
Lamau. Cloudi said that. What's wrong with me?
Again, I can understand. Not every single thing, obviously, is a shitter thing. But I understand with everything combined together, it's incredibly hard for someone to like, oh, when am I supposed to tell when I'm being sincere versus not? Because you could see I would literally just like quick fire some bullshit, and then not explain anything else. When her and I would like talk in VCs or whatever, but it's just like, you know, that part's not going to be recorded. That part's not going to be seen.
Because I mean, the comments you made about KJ with the you said like before, like when you're saying, oh, you know, it probably is Lockwood. She's a diesel. She's a fucking diesel, dude. That's such. I actually recently watched Bullet Train. Dude, she's a fucking diesel. Okay, if you haven't seen Bullet Train, go and watch Bullet Train. Doxing as some secret. So what you're in? I guess you're in. I'm just reading the implication. You're saying that the reason you said it probably is doxing is because, well, the Cope mods are keeping it secret, so they'd only keep it secret because if KJ was a doxer, Beckett would want to keep, like, that's his hard line, so it would be me, I guess, breaking my rule, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I do have something I heard, but when I say this is third level from Glup Shido, God knows where, I was literally just sitting in a call. But I never told Rena this or anything. Again, I just know as a community, your hard line has always, while you obviously find doxes and stuff, you don't
well, I mean, yeah, like researchers come across PPE.
Yeah.
That's their own thing within spaces. But
yeah, but you're always very straightforward about the fact that like you
that
take
information
care of
never
it,
comes out. Yeah,
yes,
like it's
yes, thank you. Yeah,
like obviously, because like researchers use a variety of tools. Because like one of the ways this is done is you go from the ground up, basically. But that has to be like, you have to be like fucking incredibly careful, and this is why whenever researchers get burned, they get burned completely. Because the risk is so high. You're talking about people who are like actually skilled in this shit. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm so cautious with stuff that when we were posting the Ethan Klein court documents, publicly available documents on Twitter, I still redacted Frogan, Casey Tron, and Denham's real names, because that's a responsible thing to do. You just cover yourself. Like that's the standard.
Yeah.
But the thing with like the thing with, like, I guess KJ, and this has annoyed me because it's like, well, it comes from the Cope and Seethe mods. How? I mean, even aside from anything else, that's the implication that where they get burned. But how do they get burned? Give examples. If you get burned as a researcher, take like Nanny for example. Nanny got burned as a researcher and was working with some fairly large YouTubers. You never work again in this space. You will never be employed. And Nanny, that was Nanny's income, by the way. It was not small amounts of money. It was like her main source of income. And she lost literally all of her contracts when she was burned. It's like, no, you don't work with this person ever again. So, and from the other side, like, content creators, like, are going to distance from you because they're like, okay, well, this researcher has done this thing. That's a risk to my channel. They're gone. That's it. It's over. So yeah, that's like, it has monetary impacts because while some researchers do work for free, many don't. They are expensive. They have fairly high rates. Their name gets passed around as a bad person. They're literally blackballed. Yeah, I mean, people joke about blackballing, but you will get blackballed as a researcher if you fuck this up. You just fucked. Among Us with 10, they have such a weird obsession with controlling everyone. Whose side Diesel chooses in a fight, how you handle your staff, what people you do with their free time. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, I mean, this is the other thing as well. Like, the way Cloudi and Falgi refer to their staff, quote unquote, these are largely completely unpaid people. At least when we're talking about, like, staff or people who are on it, they're getting money out of it, right? Like, like, if I referred to, like, Max's staff when he worked with me, he was getting, like, a third of the channel income. You should be. Hoz and Shadow know something. They don't. And even if they did, how the fuck would any of those people know anything if it wasn't from you and Falgi? They don't know KJ. It makes literally no sense to say that. The only people who know anything about KJ or how he has worked 20 minutes left on the call. You and Falgi. Right? Correct me. Tell me if you think I'm being unfair here.
No, I mean, no, I could see how that looks. I also don't know who else he was like talking to and stuff at the time.
Because, like, the impression, I mean, again, people left my community. It's fine. People are free to come and go as they please. So it's an open door. But yeah, we can't be here if KJ's a mod. Why has Beckett remodded him? Why is Beckett keeping him around? Well, it's not me that's given people that impression. I've never said anything bad about KJ. I've defended him when this all happened in August. And yet they still believed it. And I know, once again, that there was conversations behind the scenes before that mod call of KJ is sus. I've seen the DMs. So that has to have come from you or Falgi. Nothing? I haven't paused it.
Yeah, no, I again, aside from bitching with Rena because she was there the whole time and she knew about
This is a fucking lie. This is a fucking lie. This is a fucking lie. I'm so, like, again, she's just like there's no good answer to this question. Because the only way my mods would have any idea about KJ is that I was talking to them about him. And I wasn't. So where did that information come from? Where did Diesel's impression that Falgi, like, the Cope Cord mods hated KJ really early on develop from? Because it wasn't from me. It had to have been from Cloudi and Falgi talking to people in, like, my team. Like, it has to be. There's just no other answer. It's... just admit to it. I literally don't understand this.
the Kiwifarms thing and stuff. But even she had told me, and we had both looked, there was just no proof. I'd found out that it wasn't Makari, and I was able to apologize and stuff to her.
Now, this is really important as well. Cloudi goes and makes nice with Makari before she starts to go and burn KJQ and Ash. And this matters because one of the people in this group is very, very friendly with Makari. And they had I'll just be honest, actually, as well. It was Saint. Saint had no idea that Cloudi and Makari had fallen out. He had no idea that Cloudi was the reason that Makari was kicked. And this news came to him, like, shocked him. And I think Cloudi probably realized how angry Saint was that Makari was kicked and set Saint kind of, I don't know, on the path that it was KJ a bit. I think that's where this came from. I just, in fact, I kind of know this to be the case. If I'm honest. Yeah, Cloudi absolutely fucking manipulated the shit out of him. Not a clue. You'd think if they were such good friends, and I know that Cloudi is talking to Makari, and when all this kicked off, Cloudi, who believes that Makari is like good friends with her, sent Makari to me, seemingly to get Makari to defend me. Which is fucking wild, frankly. Fucking it's listen, Beckett's looking into this. Can you go and talk to him? Can you go and make sure, like, listen, he's gonna find out about the KF stuff. Can you go and talk to him? Yes, because I've spoken to Makari. The reason I've spoken to Makari is Cloudi sent Makari to me.
I did let her know, by the way, that that she could reach out to you, and I just left that ball in her court.
Yeah, I've spoken to Makari about.
Yeah, and then and I know it looks I know how it looks, but it was really just Rena and I bitching, and then one day she told me like, hey, there's just like no connection at all. But I never went around to like other content creators and said these things. Look, because I know it doesn't look that way, but despite all my bitching and despite me all my snarking and all this other dumb shit I said, I never reached out to other content creators. I never told other content creators, especially with the Makari stuff, or even without
left. Reaching out to other content creators, you still completely burned KJ's reputation in the community. Because, like, again, I know that, well, you can't reach out to other content creators really in that way. You don't have the connection. But, like, people like Rotting, Seethe, you know, a myriad of other people have heard this through osmosis, and it has burned KJ's reputation. Part of the reason that I had to do an entire stream last night explaining all this shit is because his reputation, he has been slandered. He's been lied about unfairly. He's never been anything other than ethical as far as I can see. In fact, I've got his DM. To be clear as well, KJ getting burnt through like this osmosis isn't just like with other content creators directly. It's like KJ's inability to function within the space. If nobody trusts him, nobody will send him anything. And like a big part of researching is information gathering through the source of like the community itself. Like if you're burning those like bridges behind the scenes, it kneecaps people. And she has done this. Like just directly. There's no question. With people where they ask him about dogs, he's like, no, you never ever include any information like that. You know, if you come across it in the nature of the work that researchers do, you are incredibly careful with it. You never, you don't just hand it over in a docket. His reputation was slandered, and he has done nothing wrong, and he has lost work over it. Right? It needs to be clear, the only reason we could figure out who the leaker was is because we were finally able to trade notes. Being in a network is so fucking important to research. Yeah, so it's literally like at the point where like people can sit down and actually start talking to each other. That's when you get so much stuff out of it. And again, it's what like Nicandros has talked to me about a load of stuff. And it can be just as important to like pick people's brains on stuff. You you can't know everything. You have to do these through like a loop, essentially. He's lost connections. People from the community have stopped coming to him over the last 8 months, and that is because of your group. And at the same time, like when Rotting left, he was like, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, any of the art I've done, you're free to use. It was fan art, but the Clips channel can't use it. And I'm like, that's fine, he can say that, but the only reason he has that impression is because of you guys. He doesn't know KJ. Yeah, I mean, again, like, I'm incredibly grateful to the work Rotting has done for, like, animations for this channel. And I completely respect their decision to be like, the Clips channel can't use it. But the only reason they think that is this group, to be clear. And also, what I have seen through screenshots sent to me right at the beginning of this, before I let the shit got deleted, was essentially this group chat bitching about the Clips channel. I know that Cloudi is lying to me because there are screenshots of it where they are saying that KJ started this unofficial Clips channel and is going to fuck Beckett over. He's going to abandon it. And he's just doing it for clout. I have the, like, verbatim. I know you are lying to me. It's absolutely wild. I've pressed play, by the way. We're just in a long silence again.
I haven't, again, Beckett, I'm sorry, but I haven't said anything to them.
This is a lie.
I have you...
Becky, why were they so worried about you and your content and channels? Because they hated me. I don't know. I don't know. It's really hard to work why the fuck any of them did this. It's probably one of the most needless burnings I've ever fucking seen. Because none of this needed to happen. If they had just been less petty and dramatic, they would have been fine. It's so dumb. All of this is so dumb. If Falgi hadn't been sexting like 5 different people or whatever the fuck it was, he would have been fine. I did find it really funny in the Diesel call where he's like, oh no, that person's not a chatter. They're not a chatter though, Beckett. Okay, you asked me how many chatters I'd been sexting. This person isn't a chatter. Bro, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You have been sexting with multiple women. You're an absolute fucking lunatic. Because you're tight with morale, huh? I mean, the truth is, like, a lot of this actually does come down to the fact that, like, I don't hate Morale or Malcolm or Lima or, like, who else do they fucking hate? Oh, dude, there were other people as well. Vincent Martin. I'm just, like, really chilled about these people. Again, I would describe my relationship with Malcolm as friendly. Warm, even. I think we've decided that we're like British friends. That's it. British friends. We banter and we're friendly. It's British friends. That really pissed them off. Because it's like, well, why don't you hate these people? We hate these people. You need to hate these people. And we can't effectively go at them. We need you, Beckett. I think that's a big part of it. They need me to take a stand against someone like Malcolm. Because in this little sphere, I guess, I'm the only person of a size who could really do damage to Malcolm, who could really have a fight with him. But why the fuck would I? What's the point? It's not good content. I don't hate the guy. I think they wanted me to turn up and burn people, like, just for their personal vendettas. It's gay as fuck. And also, I mean, like, the joke of it is, I don't even think that's fucking true, by the way. Malcolm's audience now is largely separate from mine. I don't think I'd be able to do any real damage to Malcolm. In the same way, when he, like, laughs and jokes and takes the piss out of me, it doesn't really have any impact on me. We don't really have the overlap anymore. That might have been true, like, I don't know, like a year ago. But now? No? It'd just be a really dumb gay fight.
Asked Rotting why?
I mean, as far as I can tell, it's information spread throughout the friend group. And, like, the only source I can think of that is you guys, right? I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me.
okay, I'm trying to. I remember
They wanted you to be that liar. Yep.
one night when I talked about very vaguely.
I got to jump on my phone, go let the doggo out. Basically, don't worry.
And I made sure the entire time that I said that I was the fucking issue, or my best friend in real life was the issue. That like I really hurt people's feelings, and that when I went fucking crazy mode with my friend, I she accidentally hurt their feelings all over again, not without realizing. Because when I was crying and whining to her that things were over, she thought it was very literal. And
so this is about like Cloudi's friend banning everyone from the Discord, but that's also mental. It's like, okay, so it wasn't that bad a friendship drama. You thought the mod call was like, I mean, it wasn't great, but you were prepping for this. And then you go to your friend instantly and your friend kicks them all from the Discord? I don't know, I just don't believe this. I think this is also bollocks.
Because I didn't even get to that part, I guess, but like,
Gotta go to bed. This lady is a lying nightmare. Thank Transnac for the 2. Sleep well.
She kicked everyone out that she didn't recognize because that server used to originally be ours. And she had no idea that there was, she had no idea that there was like legal stuff or like all his work in there. And as soon as I figured it out, like I DM'd her immediately, and we met up in person, and I talked to her. And I said, "Hey, I didn't want you to do anything. I just wanted you to like hear me out because this has been sitting in my chest like forever." And she was apologetic and stuff. She left the server. I apologized like all day that day for it. But that was the part of the story I said that
Fuck, my browser is dying again. Damn you, browser. Do things. Okay, there we go. Fucking hell.
that things were my fault.
Okay.
And I said, "Hey, I don't go into Diesel's chat because I feel like I make them uncomfortable. I can understand why they'd be angry with me."
Okay, you can understand why it's very hard for me to piece together how we've gone from, well, we're just removing these people from the mod team to, a sustained campaign over 8 months to kind of ruin KJ's reputation, right?
Yes, no, again, with because a lot of these things happen in VCs, right? So I have nothing, and my fucking trustworthiness is in like the shitter right now, right? But
no shit.
I've never directly said, "Oh, don't go to KJ, don't do this, don't do that." I would vent and make fun of them, and like I'm fucking being pissy, and again I said it in the thing that I'm just bitter and mad, and I just need to cope. I'm just being a dick right now. I've said that on their DMs too. But I never went to other people and did that. It was just Rena. And when I did tell that story in that small group, I made sure to focus on myself, because even
this is also a lie. This is a lie. She didn't just focus on herself. She didn't. I've heard this. Like, I don't have the logs for this, but I've been told literally. You said no and instantly got raped by leviathans. That's really funny. Like, I haven't got the logs for this, but I've been told by basically every single person in this group that Cloudi would bitch about KJ. Every single person. This is a lie.
With Makari, that was my fault too. Like, all of that was my fault, and I'm not trying to be like, woe is me or boohoo me. I'm just saying straight up that these things were my fault. My friend doing that was ultimately my fault, because she was my friend, Okay. But like,
also, we know that's a lie. Oh, she was my friend, guys. Makari was my friend. That's why I gay-opped her and went to Diesel to have her removed from the op block. I needed to take her out, but she was really my friend, okay, guys? Don't you understand, like, how close we were? Bro. I can tell you Makari's not taken in by this.
But like I said, so the reason why I asked in the very beginning, like, what communities, what other thing, is because Unless Rena was already taking stuff I was saying and giving it to other people.
AJ, again, I moved on real quick after getting fired. Basically didn't talk about this until the Rena stuff happened. Yeah, I know you didn't. I had to pry the shit out of you.
People, which I don't know, maybe she did. I didn't push that. Again, it's all it all looks like shit. It all looks really bad. I am embarrassed. I'm gonna take it. Like I'm gonna talk to people, apologies. I'm gonna lose people. That's fine. I'm not gonna stay in the space. But
Wait, I'm sorry. He acknowledged he's aware of you. Are you talking about Mama Max? Are you saying that Mama Max acknowledged that he's aware of Cope and Seethe? No fucking what? What?
it's just like I
When? Where? Tweet it at me. The fuck?
purposely go out and about and be like, oh, don't trust KJ.
Okay, do you accept that people in your group did?
That they went out and said things.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the pause. The delay is a little bit weird. I mean, I guess I don't have proof otherwise, right? If they're going around being like, oh, I don't want to work, I don't want to be here, or I don't want to work or do X, Y, and Z, because of KJ, then I that's not something I ever pushed, because when I tell this story and I leave a lot of the details out, I make sure to say, hey, regardless of everything that happened, these things are my fault, and like my friend doing X, Y, and Z, that's my fault. Me not being more communicative, even though I was again, because even though it stung and I was told all this shit, it hurt.
Is there any Cloudi loved to rehash drama in VC. She held like stage talks for this. Yeah, is there any reason to believe that she's not talking shit? She's literally doing it to Rena constantly. Do we really think she wasn't doing this in like the general friend group?
I still can, how do I put this? I still put the majority of the blame on myself, because this is going to sound like, this is the emotional part for me. I felt so fucking terrible that I basically shot the gun on Makari.
Also, that is a direct fucking omission. I just want to note it. Direct fucking omission. She is the one who killed Makari. Dude, I can't keep saying this about the dying girl, okay? I can't keep doing it. It's gonna get misconstrued one day.